and welcome to Arbitrary 20 to the 28th chapter of the Coming of the Dragon campaign.
Woo.
I am your Dungeon Master. Alright, so,
Very nice.
want to do a recap of last session?
5 words.
Yeah, 5-word recap.
Can Bill lend a hand?
Yes. So last session, our party of 5 at the time finished up what they were doing in the city of Jarella, where they had been fighting in a tournament when all of a sudden a bunch of crap went wrong at once, and they had to fight their wizard friend Ruin. So they did that, and then they got yeeted across several hundred miles to the southwest to a underwater city that seems to be full of the undead. They were trapped in a cell where they met their new party member, Sentinel, right?
Yes, sir.
With an A, like Sentinel spelled incorrectly.
It is Sentinel
And
spelled incorrectly.
No.
so they Sentinel
Correctly in
and
our hearts.
yep.
Sentinel.
So they met, and then they met the watchman himself, Emery, whose job it is to kind of guard over this city, which is called the Undead City of Luridora. So yeah, they met Emery, and most importantly, his aide, Bill. So Emery is a undead person of some kind, and Bill is just a bunch of hands grafted together. Or a bunch of arms grafted together. So they asked him some questions, and so what do you guys like to do?
He let us out, right? Were we gonna disguise ourselves?
Real fast, I'm gonna crack this.
Yeah, I broke the bars to the cage next to me.
Yes,
But
you guys
not the
broke-
bars out.
Yeah, so you're like, I'm gonna break the bars, and so you open the bars so that your two cages were joined together, but you weren't outside of the cage. However, Bill. So what happened was, Prim, you escaped as a gaseous cloud.
I did.
Saw Emery and Bill coming.
Yeah. Did a little
Tried
Did
to
a little
warn.
arrow.
Yeah, tried to warn them. Did not warn them in time, really.
No.
Before Emery and Bill came in and was like, "Wow, you guys are here all of a sudden," which was because you guys teleported in. And so you guys
and I
got to
talked to that
talking
dead
for a
dude.
while. Yep. You then talked to
The ghost.
the ghost. I don't know that you got his name, but you said
think
that
we
you
did.
would tell his wife
Oh no, I didn't.
that he
Ben's
loved her.
mom.
And
Oh, yeah, it was
his his son's name was Ben.
Yeah. Son's name was Ben.
Ben's dad. My bad.
So, yep, talked to him in a very surreal interaction. And so
Did
you
you
guys
say he
are
was
here.
hungry?
Yes, he starved to death.
Couldn't give him any food. That I know of.
We don't have ghost food.
No, I don't have ghost food. Sadly.
So Emery let you guys out.
I'm
So
you're
just so
disgusting.
you guys are aware, you guys are currently in this pit. It's down about 15 feet from the upper level. Directly above you, you just see this stone ceiling, maybe 50 feet above the floor of. So you guys are receded into the floor. So 20 feet or 15 feet, and then about 50 feet above that is a large stone ceiling. So because you saw it, there are these 4 very similar pits with cells in the middle, and then far to the east is a mausoleum of some kind, and then there is a large stairway that wraps around this entire thing. So, what do you guys like to do? Emery and Bill are currently just kind of standing there vibing.
I think I can take care of the disguises for all of us.
Okay.
Might need some help though.
Now, just to remind you, to you look like a human with angel wings.
But
Still. Now, you've realized you're not
yeah, I was
actually
gonna
that.
say. I know. So
But you still look that way to yourself, just as a reminder.
if he knows it's an illusion, I don't think it's gonna change.
I'm just letting
Yeah.
you know. I just wanted to remind you that
And how
interaction
long-
happened over a month ago for us.
I
so-
know.
I don't think it was over a month, but it was a while ago.
It's over.
Are you
For this
looking
one.
for me to help you put some makeup on, or what kind of help are you looking for?
Inspired.
Oh. You're just the best turtle I've ever seen. Oh, that's part of the inspiration.
Root will say, "Hey guys, how are we gonna disguise me and Armageddon?
I got
Yeah,
it.
that's a great question.
You got it?
Yeah.
Maybe we can take his. Can you? Okay, here's a really good question.
Just let
For
me.
who here?
For Root.
For Root? Okay.
Okay. Do you still have the seasons happen to you?
What do you mean?
But you know, like you lose.
What type of tree is he?
You just lose your hair.
No. But he's a tree. Is he an evergreen or is he a palm tree? I can't remember.
Do you ever
He was
outgrow
a
your leaves?
palm tree.
It was a palm tree, so he doesn't lose his
Because
leaves.
it's an oasis or something.
Yeah, it's an oasis.
Yeah.
So you like don't use your
I can.
leaves?
That's fine. I can do any number
I use
of
my
creatures
leaves.
You don't
within
lose them?
30 feet
I
of
don't
me.
lose them.
Damn.
I don't grow coconuts anymore.
Is that all
That's
with
actually really
the,
sad.
One spell.
with
Yeah.
that one spell slot?
Seeming.
Yeah, I lost my nuts unfortunately.
Oh.
So
What happens? Yeah, it happens.
my
Maybe-
balls dropped, you could say.
Maybe we can find you fertilizer.
Let's not.
No?
That would require me to stay in one place for a long time, and I like adventuring.
I will be able to disguise Root and Armageddon as well. Just everybody let me know what you'd like to look like.
Emery will speak up at this point. Now, I don't want to tell you what to do. However, you should probably look like an undead, kind of like me.
I did figure that.
I just wanted to make sure. I've never seen one of your kind before,
I'm
so
gonna make myself not look like this either, but
Okay, I gotta remove all these like mushrooms and stuff. Cause you know, I'm like dead.
I just want to look
Oh, I don't think the mushrooms would actually really strike people as odd.
Okay, never mind, I think we're good.
So you still want the mushrooms?
Yeah.
Like yourself, but dead?
Yeah, but
Alright.
See how pale?
Can you make me a gnome, but dead?
Height is a
A
bit
dome.
difficult.
Oh.
I could probably make you about 6 inches shorter.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to be a fairly big orc because of my shell. It's
That
gonna
makes
be a
sense,
bit
okay.
difficult.
Just make me
Now, Armageddon is going to kind of look and say, so am I going to be crawling on the ground?
What do you mean?
I am large,
Uh-huh.
but I am not tall.
Right.
Well, we have Bill. I mean, technically,
You could make
Yes.
him look like
just a dead
If
scorpion.
Bill's here, you can't be that weird.
Emery is going to kind of say, well, Bill's kind of unique. There's no one quite like Bill
There's no
anywhere
one,
else in the city.
there's no one quite like Armageddon.
And then like,
Well, I just mean that, well, so what he is he's a lot of arms grafted together.
He's a lot of arms too, just not grafted together.
He's got like
Armageddon
6,
would be like-
7, 8.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
No.
and then like
If you make,
undead dogs throughout the city,
Yeah.
or something like that, that are more common.
unfortunately, no, just people.
Huh. We can make him just put more arms on him.
Just put more arms.
And look, all I'm hearing is the more arms, the more unique. So if Bill's here with all the arms, then we need more legs. So then they can like hold on to each other with the arms and legs.
We could just say he broke his back, so now he has to crawl on his hands and legs, and just make him a crawler, you know?
Huh?
Oh, I mean,
Humanoid crawler.
yeah, I could.
Very
Probably, yeah.
Could you make
Or they could hang out
I
here.
feel like any of our options with them are going to draw some attention.
How tall is Root?
Because
again?
Root's large too,
Like
right?
Root's large, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
like they're all pretty tall or pretty big.
There's no walking dead trees.
Are there any trees at all in here?
Are there
There's
dead,
not any sunlight for trees to grow.
are there undead giants in the city?
Well, there are a few, but they were all granted power by Lady Morwen herself. It's not like you just have a random giant walking around.
So a giant would stand out.
Unfortunately, yes.
What about like a Yeti or something?
Because
What's
of
a
the
Yeti?
abominable.
Yeah, it's like a big, like It's like a big giant, but with like a lot of fur, and it hangs out in the snow.
I don't think we have any of those here.
That would be too neat.
Do you think if they hung out around here, it'd arise any suspicion? You said no one really comes down here to bother you.
Every once in a while, a gravedigger comes down. I generally try to steer clear of him. But no, otherwise it's just me and Bill.
Why can't you be a really big skeleton?
You'd be very large, but
Can be a very large skeleton.
A grave digger? Who?
Okay, what if I just make them look like piles of dirt instead?
Piles of dirt.
Large piles of dirt.
What if I just make them look like the ground?
I mean,
Walking ground.
that'd be less noticeable. I mean, it might work.
What about like
Would you
dead
rather-
horses?
Would
No
you ra-
horses, unfortunately. I haven't seen a horse
This is
in.
really
If
bad.
they look like creatures, then this grave digger is likely going to take them, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just make them look like a piece of dirt and they'll hang out here. It'll be fine.
Well, they can
Would
come
we
with
rather
us.
that?
Are we
or
coming
would we
back
rather
to-
them?
Are we coming back to get them?
Yeah, what if we get to the top and then we can't get back down here?
I assume we're not going to make it to the top today.
Oh no, but I mean in general.
We'll just always come back here at night.
At night?
Whenever
Well,
the duration is up.
there are a few people. Oh, so, real fast reminder for everybody out of character. There's 8 levels to this city. The you guys are in the bottom one, which is what I'm calling the dead
Bless
pits,
you.
Thank you.
because you guys are in a pit and there are dead people in them. So the dead pits, and then the city proper is the one directly above you. These 2 are the largest. And then above that, you have, I said all this in character last session, but then you have the nobility houses directly above that, the base of the Temple of Umanoran, and then several levels of the temple itself. And then the 8th level is where Umanoran's remains most likely are.
From what Emery has told us, how far do I think a standard disguise could get us?
How long do they last again?
8 hours.
8 hours? Well, it's one of those of, if you beelined it, probably
Like,
pretty
not,
far.
Not being suspicious. Like,
Well, I just
yeah,
mean like
yeah.
if you went exactly where you needed to go the first time, all that
Which
stuff.
we
Yeah,
don't-
you could
which
get
we
pretty
don't
far.
know that, but
Exactly.
yeah.
It would probably last you a while walking around up in the city. And the big thing was Emery last session said that he had friends that he wanted you to meet.
Okay.
So you wouldn't have to come all the way back down here necessarily to re-up the disguise.
So where are we going to leave the tree and the scorpion?
First of all, his name was Root in Armageddon. Get it right. Second
My
of
name's
all,
Root. I am a tree. I don't know why she got offended that you called me a tree.
You know?
I'm an awakened tree.
that's why he has a name.
I've been awakened. I have thoughts
What if we just made
I like this guy.
Root look something that has more legs?
See the legs. That's a great
Like-
idea.
Maybe,
Are there
perhaps like a spider for
Oh.
spiders fairly common here?
Big spider.
now. Well, I mean, spiders are common. I've never seen a spider quite the size of a tree.
Well, I can make them a bit smaller.
You could
I mean, he could just hang around too. He doesn't have to be with us the whole time. Just
You
scatter
could summon
around.
scorpion.
I would recommend that he stay with you.
Is it?
Otherwise, you might get hunted as some sort of pest.
He's fended for himself before.
I just don't know if it's a good idea to leave them here.
I don't know if it is either.
Oh, I'd protect him.
Oh,
So would Bill.
okay.
Bill signs that he would help protect them. Yeah.
So
Maybe.
if we leave them here, we can to leave them in the cage.
No.
We could all, if we find a safe
There are dead
place.
people in the cage.
If we find
be
a safe
safer.
place within the city, we could always come back down and get them. I assume.
So depending on where they go, I can set up an alarm. If that,
An alarm.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
idea too.
What does that
Oh,
mean?
spell alarm.
the spell.
Whenever someone crosses the threshold, it
I get a
alerts
ping.
you.
If we're
I
still
mean-
within a mile, which
You will
we
be.
probably should be.
Yeah. You can see that it's maybe like a half a mile by a half a mile. I mean, it's big, but it's not like city size. You know, you can walk from one end to the other fairly quickly.
Why don't we just leave them here for the, we get some information, come back, and maybe one of his friends will have a space to have them to hang out at.
So for the first cast,
Yes.
they will be piles of dirt.
Yes.
Okay.
Very large piles of dirt.
Okay.
Inconspicuous dirt.
Are we putting them in cages? Like, should
No.
we put them in a cage
No,
as a pile of dirt?
Put them in the corner of the room.
I would rather not be in a cage again.
Well, find a spot, get comfortable.
Happily. Armageddon will bury himself so
They
that
just
you
need
just
to be fairly
see
close to
like
each other.
the tip of his tail. Like just a Probably don't even need to disguise him.
That's
To be honest, like he just.
I can target any number of creatures, so I will.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna take Luna out.
Mhm.
She's gonna walk over Armageddon. She's gonna pounce on him. And hit, in her way, say tag, and then walk away. Luna was it.
Yeah. Luna wasn't.
It's back.
What's her AC?
It's
I don't know.
Luna gets.
We never got.
Oh,
She's
no.
like technically
She's
like
gonna die.
ethereal. I don't
She's
know.
familiar.
No, she's not
No?
gonna feel familiar. She's just kind of there.
Well, then she has more than one hit point potentially.
I never
Well,
looked. We never discussed it.
Potentially.
I mean,
Oh.
familiars have one.
Do you
hit
think
point,
that
so-
a dirty 20 would hit?
Yeah.
Let me think about
AC
it.
12 on a cat.
So
Roll the counter AC.
Oh,
roll your cat's AC.
it's a 3.
So it goes pounce and completely reactively, his tail goes whooping
Oh well.
and yeets Luna from existence until you summon her again.
Does that attack back? Is he it now, or
I think Luna's it now.
Luna was it? That's why she tagged him. So it's a tag.
Well, the-
She didn't say no tag back, so
Yep.
Can she speak?
she can,
Not
but
anymore.
I,
There was a session where Luna spoke, and
Yes.
it was a time. Yeah.
I don't really use her anyway. She'll come back later.
Yep. So Luna's it
Great.
again.
Okay.
I'm keeping track. It's okay. I got it.
Cast seeming
Yeah.
first before I do anything.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I'm gonna cast seeming. I'm just.
Yeah.
As he's casting seeming, I'm going to, in the dirt, draw a square around Root and Armageddon in the dirt, and then as the magic takes hold, all of the drawing that I did disappears, and there is now an
How long
alarm.
does this last? Because I didn't read it.
How long does alarm last?
8 hours.
Okay. Good to know.
Oh, do I get to do chaos rolls now? Wild magic?
Oh yeah. For every spell you cast, make a.
Well, I cast the spell and you all get the disguise you want.
Well, wild magic is a
Yeah,
different thing now.
and
So
it-
what level of?
I got a 4 for
You got a
wild
4.
magic.
Okay, that will fail. You will have.
Oh, I haven't rolled yet. Do
roll
I
a
roll
d20.
just one?
What spell level is alarm?
First.
First. Okay.
Seeming
So,
is 5th. If that
roll.
matters.
I rolled a 19.
You're good.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find the
Spend that.
thing. Give me just 1 second. The
Seeming is just illusion, right?
Yeah,
No,
it's,
they're
it's
benefits.
basically just disguise self for 8 hours on
Yeah.
all of us.
Didn't know if
You
there
can
was
look a
mechanical
foot taller or
benefits.
shorter, and a little bit thinner or wider if you want.
Okay.
So Roken's basically just gonna be a big orc.
It'd be pretty big too, right?
I'll just be tall and skinny,
That's fair. Okay.
which will work
Very
for
tall.
my idea, I think. Something like, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Undead orc, of course.
Here we go. Okay, let me download this before I lose it again.
I mean, when you're 7 foot tall, you're kind of limited by, not limited per se, but you're locked out of certain options. Like, halfling wouldn't really make sense. That's like a
You're a
full
full
length.
length.
A full.
2 halflings on top of each other.
Yeah, it's just 2 halflings just stacked up
Yeah.
in a trench coat.
That's to make you look like
Don't
that.
look.
Four,
Look at the screen.
four kobolds in a trench coat.
Don't tempt me, John. That's such a funny idea.
All right.
I might do
Roll a
that.
d100.
Okay,
Golf ball?
sure.
Golf ball. Golf
Yeah.
ball.
Or is it
Golf ball.
receive?
Jeez.
59.
10 off.
Yeah, 10 to
10
that.
off.
Roll a d8.
Oh god, dude. All dead.
1.
Yeah.
You are so lucky.
Oh no.
You lose spell slots adding up to the rolled number.
Oh my god. So 1.
Nice.
Any spell slot?
I'll be first.
No. So if he had rolled an 8, he would have lost
8
the
levels
ma-
worth of
8 levels worth of spell slots starting from the top.
Oh, jeez.
So, for example,
Oh.
if you had 2 4th level spell
I lose
slots,
2 for
you'd
it.
lose 2 fourths
So-
before you'd start touching your
All I can
thirds.
get is, all I can lose is just 1 first in that case. Okay.
Yes, you lucked out.
It's insane.
That's just a silvery box. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Just 1 cast of shield.
Yeah, no big deal.
Did you also?
All right, you all look-
Did you
I
miss
rolled
it?
a 19.
You're good. Okay.
My first
you're good.
roll with
We'll
a
just
spell
keep it
slot
over
in
there.
this
Yeah, you're
show.
Just so
Yeah.
you know,
I
just
think
so
he's
everyone's
gonna be
aware,
active
it is
later,
5
so-
plus your spell level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Five
the
spell
that's
level?
the
Okay.
DC.
The DC. So, for example,
5
for
plus this.
5 plus a spell level. So,
So like I would need to roll above a 6.
Yeah.
A 6 or above
Yeah.
in order not to do wild magic.
you would
Some
need
of
to
these
roll
things
7 or
are gonna be
above.
interesting.
6 would count
Gotcha. Okay.
as wild magic.
I know.
Cool beans.
Yep, and this is just while you're like here in this
Realm
area because this is where the wild magic is
is
like
coming from.
concentrated. Yeah.
All right. Let's get moving.
Alright,
While we
so-
walk, I'm going to richly cast Telepathic Bond just on all of us 6 now.
Okay. So you're leaving Root and Armageddon behind. You guys all look like undead versions of yourselves.
I look
right?
like an orc, not a turtle, but yeah.
Orc like not a turtle. You just undead, dragonborn, undead, all of you.
I'm an undead human.
I was
Okay.
gonna be an undead tiefling with plain clothes.
Fair enough.
Nice.
I don't want to look anything like Ruva.
Fair enough.
Smart.
All right. So there's one big staircase kind of going up and around this. It is the kind of the bottom of this large staircase that wraps around the city is to the east of you. Directly between the staircase and the pits is several hundred yards of basically dirt and a large mausoleum that is kind of sitting directly between you. Now, Emery pointed this mausoleum out to you as when people die, that's where they go.
But the people are already dead, right?
No, like true undead. Like when
Yeah,
they die from
Yeah,
being
yeah,
undead.
yeah.
Which you said to avoid, right?
He did say to avoid the mausoleum. Because the gravedigger gives him the heebie-jeebies.
Feels as though more people are dying recently too.
Yes.
Yeah, which has never happened before.
Not
Stay dead.
yes. Since Umanoran's presence came to reside here,
Yeah.
more people have been dying because of Lady Morwen.
Okay.
So we want to head up towards the city then, right?
Not the mausoleum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well, the mausoleum's between you and the staircase. So
We gotta go around.
you-
the
you-
mausoleum.
basically, it's like, do you want to risk it or do you want to go around? There may be something in the mausoleum you want, or could want, or whatever. Maybe you just like to explore. I don't know.
No, you just go around.
I think we should just take the safe route as well.
I don't want to deal with like dead people. You know? It's a little weird. Undead people, that's fine. Just dead people. Yeah.
Alright. So you begin your walk. Emery will kind of call out from behind you. You're walking too alive.
Oh. No, that's fair.
Shamble. Don't moan, shamble.
Oh shit. Shut my mouth and start shambling.
So as you do so, what's your passive perception?
23.
With a 23, as you get, so you guys walk for a ways, and as you approach the mausoleum, you guys are still far away enough from it, but you see all of you see spectral gravestones begin rising from the ground around the mausoleum. And as you get within maybe 200 or 300 yards of it, these gravestones seem to emanate from the mausoleum and completely wrap around the entire kind of pits area that you guys were in. So, yeah.
Like ghosts or like?
Just
What do you
ghosts.
mean?
Just tombstones?
Ghost-
Spectral tombstones.
Ghost tombstones.
Oh, and they're circling us. Okay.
They're circling
Yeah.
the. Yeah.
And they are all around you as well if you'd like to take a closer look at them.
I'll just look at one if it's right next to me.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
I want to look at one too.
Yeah.
What languages do you speak?
Common and Elvish.
Okay.
Druidic, Gnomish, Common, Elvish.
Why do you know so many languages?
On the gravestone is
Yeah,
a
more
script
than that.
in it, something that you cannot read.
Does
Has anyone got like?
celestial, draconic, you already tried Elvish, right? Yeah. Orc or primordial?
Yeah.
None of those.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah,
Sorry.
primordial is the turtle language, never mind. Yeah.
It could be.
That obviously wouldn't
That'd be really funny if it was though.
I'm gonna
Just use-
use divine sense.
Undercommon. Different one. You
Well,
guys
sorry,
have
I can
Double
sense-
check the range on divine sense.
Just waiting for it.
60 feet. That's not behind total cover.
Celestial, fiend, or undead, or anything affected by the Hallows.
How long? It doesn't last. It's just like a pulse, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Until my.
You guys are still several hundred yards away from the mausoleum. You don't sense anything in particular.
Even the spectral gravestones.
The spectral gravestones kind of ping on your register, but not as like a strong evil. It's more of like there's something, but it doesn't quite line up with either of the two things that divine sense really is meant to go after.
Okay.
So like undead, but not creatures.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Weird.
I speak Undercommon, which was, well, I mean, I speak other things obviously, but like Undercommon was the thing that hasn't been said yet.
That is not the language on the
Okay.
gravestones.
Could I vibe check these things?
I would also like to vibe check these things.
Insight.
Roll the vibe
Insight.
check.
Can I
Insight
guidance
check.
myself? Does that cause?
I'm gonna go with no for
Just
this.
Okay.
keep walking. Just keep going.
The risk of blowing ourselves up.
I have Eyes of the Runekeeper.
Yeah.
I can.
Oh.
That would let you read it.
Okay.
21.
With a 21, seems kind of normal to you. I mean, you see ghostly. You probably don't even realize that they don't see it, or that they are seeing it.
Oh, that's fair.
18, so probably.
Seems kind of sus.
Seems kind of sus. Alright, alright.
Can I look at the gravestone?
Sussy.
So the eyes of the room, it just means you can read any writing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can read that. Does it tell you what language it is? When you read it?
Let me double check. It just. It is not telling me, so let me.
It just
let me
says
look it
you
up.
can read all writing.
Yeah.
I don't think it,
Okay.
yeah.
So it just seems to be names
Oh.
of just that's it. No epitaph. No description of any of them. Just names, and they're all the exact same size of gravestone.
Are
Yes.
they like multiple names per gravestone, or just like one
Just
for
one.
each? Okay.
Can I
However,
have-
they are spaced significantly closer together than it would be for a full-sized grave.
Oh.
Is this a citizen registry?
You don't know?
That's the city of the undead.
Emery is currently. You guys never asked him where his friends or who his friends were, by the
No, I
way.
figured you were just following us.
No, he has to
Oh,
stay
he's
down.
gonna stay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably talk to him.
So,
We'll talk to him.
How far are we away from Emery?
a couple hundred yards.
I'll walk back a little bit. And message. Where should we go to meet your friends?
Well,
Forgot to ask for directions.
yeah, it's like, wait a minute. We just started walking. Well, the one I want you to talk to, what's her name, is Mirabelle, seamstress. She's probably in the the seamstress shop. If she's not there, try the tavern.
Okay.
All right.
They're in the town square.
When's the last time you had like beer or anything?
Is that to Emery?
Yeah.
You cast message, or do you go all the way
I
back
wanna
and
back.
ask him?
I
You went all the way back.
I would have followed.
He just went back a certain ways and cast message.
Oh,
Yeah. I could
I thought you went all the way back. No, it's fine.
Wait, I need to ask him
Going for the
about
more
beer.
personal conversation.
Oh fuck, all the way back. I'm already there.
You want to legit ask him?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, old man Mortimer comes down, brings me a pint or two. But unfortunately, I can't leave here, so I shall have to stay.
Okay.
From what I understand, the alcohol isn't beer. It's something made from fermented seaweed. But I don't even know what that would be. I don't think that's a thing anywhere else. Tastes like absolute garbage.
And do you want to try real beer?
What are you trying to do this, man?
Huh?
Well, I haven't had real beer since I was alive. I don't even know if my stomach can handle it.
Don't
We're back there,
Oh.
and he like
It's
kind
not
of like
bad.
lifts up his armor to show that he does not have innards.
Well, that's just dumb. I just wanted to give you beer, but
It's fine.
There's no liver to fail.
I'm the watchman. I like being down here. What'd you say?
I said it means there's no liver to fail.
Yeah. Well,
He's got no innards.
well, I mean, I'll have to fix them up for you then. The seaweed stuff, or some pines on the rack there.
it's not great. You could probably do without.
I mean, I have this locket. It's full of mayonnaise right now. So like I can make it full of beer.
Do you think the seaweed would taste better with mayonnaise?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It's fermented seaweed.
Probably not.
That's so gross.
The only thing we have to do now is ferment the mayonnaise with the seaweed.
He's onto something.
Give this man a job.
Just ferment everything.
Ferment.
Can we go to the city now?
I was just trying to be nice.
Roka's just got his head in his hands right now.
This man helped us out. I was gonna give him beer. Like, it's fine. I'll just walk away.
Did you say those gravestones were spectral
Yes.
in nature? Okay.
Yeah,
So-
translucent. You can see through them.
So if I tried to touch it per se, it wouldn't do anything.
Your finger would go through it. It would kind of dissipate like a
Alright.
fog.
Just how I would expect it to. Okay.
His finger or the gravestone?
His finger dissipates.
Oh my
Your
god.
finger's gone. No, the
I
gravestone.
don't feel so good.
Let's just start.
The gravestone would dissipate. After a few moments, it would reform.
Real quick, sorry, you said
Okay.
she's Mirabelle either in the tavern or where?
The
So she is the seamstress. So
Okay.
she's either in the place labeled seamstress.
Okay.
I don't remember what that type of store would be called.
fabric.
I mean,
Tailor.
Tailor. There we go. Yeah, so it's either in the tailor or
Tayloress.
Taylor or Tavern?
yep, tailor or tavern.
Okay, well he can't have beer, so we'll just go keep going.
So you guys go and head towards the stairway, skirting around the mausoleum, and so there's a kind of a landing at the bottom of the stairway that's about 20 feet on a side, and then it just goes up, for several hundred feet towards the top of the next floor.
So is it on the outskirts? Because I know you said it's like a pyramid that goes up.
Yeah, so it's like it's a pyramid. It does kind of curve inwards because I'm like the top floors are significantly smaller, so it's kind of like here. But yes, it kind of wraps around the outside. So when you get to the stairway, you can actually look out and you see that you are on the ocean floor right now. You can, and there's just darkness all around you.
Can I see like fish out there?
Make a perception check. With a 12, you don't really see anything.
Okay.
Fish down here are generally pretty good at staying in.
Makes sense.
Are there ghost fish.
Are there ghost fish?
Huh?
Are there ghost fish? That's such a good
Not that
question.
you see.
No, we gotta find them.
So, looking up at the stairway, you see a lone. Sorry, not alone. You see a large undead person holding a lantern, kind of walking slowly down the stairway.
That's great.
He seems to be leading a smaller one with him.
A smaller.
Undead
Oh, okay.
person.
I just nod and continue walking.
Just gonna just walk past him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Unless they say something.
As
Do we have to make a deception check for that, or they just believe us?
so as you guys get
We
closer,
look
you
like
can
that.
see that this person is kind of a large orc undead, very similar to the form that Roken has chosen, holding aloft kind of a teal-colored lantern. And he directly behind him is a smaller halfling undead whose jaw is literally hanging off of one side by a flap of skin. And as you guys get closer, they will stop on the stairway and kind of go to one side to let you pass. As you get closer, he'll kind of call out to you. New arrivals, is it?
Yeah.
Did Emery introduce himself?
Yeah.
Well, my name's Victor. And I'll
Hey.
hold out a hand to you, I guess, since you're the one talking.
Like what?
Real quick though, do we recognize the halfling?
No.
It's our time to find his name.
Nuts, but no.
2 years later, we get his name.
How long has it been?
Isn't that like 10 years later?
Then, yeah, like
Well, 2 years IRL, but like
Oh, yeah.
10 years in there.
I think it was quite 2 years, but a year, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never found his name.
Poor guy. Alright.
No, it is a different halfling.
Maybe. I'll
Uh,
shake his hand. And is that how that spell works? How what happens that
Well,
will...
since you look similar to yourself, you'll be fine. But they can like poke through, like they can see through the illusion by pushing through it. Yeah.
What is that?
If they
So like for me, since I'm looking smaller, they can run into my shell and realize
My
it's an
worry is that
illusion.
he'll like touch me and feel how warm I am. Do you know what I
that
mean?
is actually something that I was thinking, so I'm gonna need you to make a deception check.
Right? Like,
Or you could just refuse the handshake too.
If you accept the handshake.
I don't really like touching people, if I'm being honest.
I'll step in between and I will give him a handshake because I am cold metal.
You are cold.
Giga brain.
You'll take the handshake.
I'll take the
Alright,
handshake.
roll stealth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, deception.
Damn it! Stealth is so
Fine, if you want to roll stealth, you
I'll
can
roll stealth, please.
deception's
is-
not bad.
At 21.
With a 21, you will succeed.
Sweet.
And he kind of shakes your hand.
And cough a little
Don't
bit.
let Emery dissuade you. While I seem to give him the heebie-jeebies, as he calls it,
He did tell us about
I actually really do try to be a resource to any of you. Did he give you the spiel on your new undead life here?
You know, it's all been way too much for me, I don't know. It's all like, so I wouldn't mind a refresher if I'm being honest, because I'm just trying to figure out how he died, and,
Understandable.
That's a good one.
Follow me. I am taking this lost soul to his final resting place.
oh no, is it the mausoleum?
Unfortunately, he has decided that he would like to go wherever we go when we are finally gone from this world.
oh,
And it is my job to take him there. if you wait at the bottom of the landing, I'll be back in a few minutes. And
Okay.
he will continue walking down.
Can we watch him?
It's up to you whether or not you want to actually do what he says or just keep going up.
Yeah, I think we just keep going, to be honest.
It might look suspicious if we just disappear.
Well, I think we may keep going and maybe come back down later as he's walking away.
I'll find you up in the city then.
Alright.
I have a knack for finding people.
That's fair. That's not
We
good.
continue then?
Sure.
Alright. You guys keep going. Disguise is successfully not seen through just yet. And after a few moments, you find yourselves at the top of the stairs. You look over and you see a small town, maybe about a quarter mile, square. And you can see that there are a lot of very small, almost huts, built from stone all around it, very haphazardly. You can see that each one has a very small wooden door. And then directly in the center of the town, it's kind of like raised up a little bit so you can kind of see down into it. You can see there is a kind of a town square where the red rock of the area can be seen a little bit better. You see the largest building there, kind of a large flat building with light coming out of the windows, as well as several other larger buildings, kind of in a circle around this kind of bare patch of earth.
Anything labeled seamstress or
I
tavern?
look around
Or
for a
tailor.
tailor. Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Okay, so this is the city proper.
Yes.
19.
Level 2.
26.
19.
7.
With a 7, you don't see it. With a 19, you can see people coming in and out of the large building, so you can assume that that's the tavern. With a 26, you can see that one of the buildings next to the tavern has like an article of clothing on the sign out front.
Okay.
It's over there. Next to the tavern.
I think we should check the tailor first.
Yeah. Might as well.
Okay. So, give me just 1 second. Okay. You guys keep walking. You don't see anyone at all, really. As you're walking through these kind of small stone buildings, you don't hear anything from the inside and you don't see anyone walking around. In fact, the only lights that you see, coming from buildings at least, are in what seems to be the tavern and the few shops around it. Eventually, you guys will get to the, get that going. You guys will get to the, kind of the center of the town. Let me get,
We want to take the rats off the screen.
I didn't even know those guys were there. That's fine.
Oh
It's been
my
a successful harvest.
Oh my god.
Or hunt, I should say. Harvest is a different thing.
I
Harvesting
hate how
rats.
fuzzy that thing is.
It's so good.
So you guys find yourself in this town square. To the west seems to be, it is a building that has like a bubbling potion on the sign. To the south is the one with the article of clothing. To the east is has a book on the front, or on the sign, and the one to the north has a beer mug on the sign.
There's no one walking around us, like it's not very
Nope.
busy or anything
None.
like that.
You can see lights from all of the buildings, though.
Is
Oh,
there
these
s-
buildings, okay.
Spectrals or anything?
You see none.
Okay.
Can I try to subtly cast see invisibility?
So, casting the spell isn't something you can do quietly unless you have subtle spell.
I do.
However, there's no one around you to really see the spell.
True.
You also don't know that casting spells is something that like is unusual here.
True.
You also don't know that it's usual. So, but there doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Yeah, I will cast See Invisibility.
What level of spell is that?
That is 2nd level.
Roll wild magic.
Natural 20.
You're fine. No wild magic goes off. You do not see anyone invisible.
Okay. How long does that last? An hour. So yeah, I'll just keep it up.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I wonder if there's like a curfew.
Maybe.
Do we know what time it is?
Well, when you left, it was like mid-morning.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When they arrived, well, you wouldn't know.
I
When
wouldn't
you
know. 'Cause
guys
I've been
left
here.
Jarella, it was like mid-morning.
Is this far enough to be like a different time zone?
No, you in fact are in basically the same time zone.
Okay.
If you want to look, so you can see on the thing. That's where you are right now.
Yeah.
Is that?
The
Yeah.
bottom.
No.
the
Bottom one,
bottom
yeah.
So
line.
that's where you are right now.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah, I mean, if time zones were a thing, you'd be in the same one.
Okay.
I mean, might as well just stay off the streets as much as possible then, right?
Yeah, keep a low-key profile, you know?
Well, I guess let's check out the tailor first.
Yeah,
Maybe we can make a new gear.
maybe. Can't get rid of the signed shield though.
Yeah, that's like vintage.
I
now.
signed it myself.
That's a little pretty, whatever, I don't know.
You guys want to try the tailor first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you walk up to the tailor, and do you just knock? Do you open the door? What do you want to do?
Just gonna walk
Does
over.
it look-
Walk right in. So you walk in, and
Is
you
it
find
open?
yourself in a very similar tailor's shop to something that you may have seen elsewhere. This is completely new to you. You've never seen anything like this before.
I don't need.
You see several looms that are all, the two of them aren't really working, but they have kind of reams of colored thread through them, and one that a undead woman in a rocking chair is sitting next to and working the loom. She is, her pale green skin is very wrinkled, almost like a rotten fruit. And you can see that while one eye is kind of staring straight at the loom and watching it, her other eye dangles from the socket and is kind of floating up just slightly below, and it fixates on you as soon as you enter. She's wearing kind of like old womany clothes, just, you know, otherwise, like, aside from the, you know, gross, wrinkled, rotten fruit looking skin and the eyes, she could be a, you know, elven matriarch. For her ears are pointed in this case. But yeah, she looks almost normal as she works the
Except for
as she works the loom.
floating eye.
Except for the yeah. She opens her mouth and you see that she has black rotted skin on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, dears.
Nice to
I
see
don't
you.
believe I've met you before.
No, we're all new. We all came at the same time somehow, you know?
Ah,
Unlucky day. Or
well,
lucky
welcome
day.
to Luridora. Did Emery send you to me?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's nice of him. Well, I'm Mirabelle. I'm the seamstress. As you can see, I'm currently making a ream of fabric. Thinking it's going to be blue, and you look at the thread and it's not blue.
What is our goal? Why are we here?
Are you doing this over telepathic bone?
Yes.
Yeah, you aren't.
Actually, no.
Just told
I have no idea. I just speak that out loud. I have no.
You didn't know because
Yeah,
they've
you
been.
wouldn't
Have they been talking?
Yeah,
Okay. So yes, telepathic bond.
That would have been funny though.
That would be funny.
I'm sure.
What's our plan?
Emery said we should talk to her.
If you were gonna make Bill some clothes, would it be a bunch of gloves or a bunch of sleeves?
That's actually such a great question.
Good question.
I'm not gonna lie.
Clothes to make Bill some clothes. Well, first I'd ask him whether or not he wanted his hands to be covered, because not every, I personally need the dexterity of not having gloves. But I would probably make him a bunch of sleeves and then sew them together in the middle with maybe a zipper or some ties so that they could be pulled off.
I've just been wondering this whole time, so you solved it.
Well,
Where do you get the cloth from?
I make it.
How?
How?
Yeah.
Well, when the others are out collecting light, I ask them to also collect some certain plants on the seafloor.
You see light?
Collecting light.
Did Emery not tell you?
No.
Can we?
He
Can
told
we
us-
then
he
tell
told
us a
us
lot of things?
some.
He just said to come see you.
Oh. Did he not give you the orientation talk?
No, well,
Some of it.
some of it.
Did the necromancer not? Alara?
No.
That's...
He did see
Strange.
Victor though.
And Victor didn't tell you either.
To be fair, he was going to, but then he was bringing someone to their final resting place, and then we said that we would
another
meet
one.
him up here.
Another one.
Yeah, another one.
Sorry
was
to see.
sad. I didn't know undead could die.
That's a lot.
Everything
I
can
think
die.
I probably knew that, but
Well, unfortunately, I suppose seeing as how new, I can explain since no one else did somehow. Recently, well, as I'm sure you figured out, you are no longer alive, per se. You are what is called undead, which is not a natural state of being. And so to keep us, all of us, in our undead state, you need to collect light. It grows on certain plants on the seafloor and certain sea slugs and things of that nature. And we take those, consume them, and it keeps you alive for longer. And just like anything else, you need to collect more than you yourself will consume. You bring that and give some to the High Priestess of Luridora, Lady Morland, and others to the different nobility around, depending on where you live in the city. And so you'll be expected to do that unless you have some other sort of skill that you can provide. We have no need for warriors or farmers, so generally it's different things. I, as you can tell, am a seamstress. Old Man Mortimer runs a tavern that people are allowed to go to in the evenings. Matilda runs an apothecary, things of that nature.
Do most people gather light all day?
For the most part, that's... As you walked, you probably noticed there weren't many people around. That's what they are generally doing now.
So back in my previous life, I was slightly sufficient in magical acts. Do any undead here have that sort of capability?
Well, I mean, as I'm sure that Alara told you, Umanoran, the god of magic, is our god, so most of us have at least some sort of magical ability.
Of course.
I myself don't generally use it for the most part. It's generally pretty aggressive, but I can cast such spells as detect magic, mage hand, which is how I keep my eye looking where I need it to, mage armor, disguise self, things of that nature.
Okay.
And you will be able to do so as well. Some of the more powerful ones of us can cast different spells, but I would prefer not to be particularly combative in nature. I'll leave that to the nobles.
Good to know.
How many nobles are there?
Oh, several. Well, of course, you've already met Alara, the necromancer. There is Lord and Lady Zephyr. Marla, she says that with kind of like a deep voice, and Silas Wraithwood, and Varric, the Soul Stealer, is what people are calling him nowadays.
Seems like a lovely bunch.
Who am I to... I don't want to impose my own beliefs on you.
Go for it.
You, of course, wouldn't know, but until months ago, a year ago, things were peaceful here. We would get a few new people every decade, and life was good. We'd go out, we'd collect light, we'd give it to Lady Morwen, who would use that raw magical power to improve life here. And nobles were more noble in name than anything else. They were just the ones who've been here the longest, or just wanted to live closer to God. But a few months ago, God himself decided to come to the city. And now lives in the peak of the city, on the 8th level, where Lady Morwen lives. And ever since, he's given her commands that, well, I'm not quite sure that God is giving those commands. I think that after 5,000 years, I don't know even how long, she's been here longer than any of us, she was the first, that perhaps the power has gone to her head. After that long, even the most strong-willed and beloved people would become corrupted by power. Even in such a place as this. She assigned Varric to keep the peace and keep order, despite it not really being needed, but there's now a mandatory curfew, taxes are higher,
Curfew.
but
Is it like light
it's really
taxes?
not so bad here.
Light taxes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really not so bad here. The tavern is a great place to be during the evenings. Victor is a great conversationalist. He's very wise and very understanding. He helps a lot of us when we get down. Old man Mortimer has been here almost as long as Lady Morwen herself. He just doesn't want to be a noble. He loves telling stories. I recommend that you go ask him about it.
What time is the curfew? Also, how do you tell time?
She will kind of roll up her sleeve and you'll see like a ticking clock on her wrist. When it hits the kind of the 2/3 mark here, and she kind of points at it, we all need to go back and go to sleep. I live here in the shop, so I don't have to go very far.
Well, can we get one of those?
You should have one. Do you not?
You
Oh.
don't?
You'll
That's
need to
weird,
see
because I...
all of your old deception.
Fucked up.
I really tried.
I fucked up.
Oh, shit.
We'll go good.
Yeah. So,
Oh, is it
yeah,
all
20.
shit?
Not good.
23.
10.
For the first time. Now 20 on Ethan's dice.
Hey!
For the first time forever, man.
Yeah.
That's so great.
That looks really good.
23, 10, what was it?
Now 20.
Oh yeah, for a total of,
You said deception.
yeah.
24.
Nice. She's rocking the Rolex of
21.
ghost watches.
Are we all rolling?
Yeah,
We all started in on it.
Also
so.
not 20.
Hell yeah.
for a total of,
24.
Twinsies.
Natural one.
Oh. You have passed. You've traded
How
me.
Yes.
thematic.
I
What?
mean, he is the
I
only
said
one
how
without
thematic.
it.
Yeah.
He technically wasn't the one lying, to be fair. I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
I literally calculated the average, and that one
It
Fought
fucked us.
it.
Yeah.
just low enough.
He wasn't lying.
I mean, I really wasn't
He
lying.
did say he didn't have it.
I didn't
We did
get
say
one.
we
How
all
about a
had
double nat 20 canceling out the one?
It did raise it up significantly. She also just kind of rolled pretty well.
Well, how long has it been since I cast my sky spell?
Not
Definitely
long,
not
like,
8
like a
hours.
half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, you get it. Like it's not been 8 hours.
Imagine
Well,
you
I
just
know.
stuck in conversation with her and be like,
The thing I was thinking about was
Cinderella.
10 minutes.
No, it's been longer than 10 minutes. That's odd. I don't see it on any of you. How did you get here?
The cages.
Why did Emery send you to me specifically?
did we actually find that out?
He
just
said he wanted us to go to an old friend, you know? We started from the bottom,
And now we're here.
and now we're here.
Well, persuasion. That wasn't lying. This is just against her insight to see, what she's thinking.
Yikes.
14.
What?
14.
That will succeed.
Oh yeah.
I rolled pretty low.
That's fair.
Alright, well, fair enough, I suppose. He and I have been friends for a long time. You definitely should reach out to the necromancer. That's strange that she would do something like that.
You know, we had expressed our disgruntlement with overpowering gods, and you know, he said that maybe you would be someone to also feel those feelings. You know.
I see now. Are you that group that came in a few weeks ago? Died of starvation?
Oh,
Yes.
I'm so hungry.
That should have gone away when you became an undead.
I'm
That's,
glad to know it. I'm glad to know it.
That's a
Probably some
We
mental
need to put the
placebo
shovels
effect.
away.
Maybe it is mental placebo.
roll deception.
That was so good.
Fucking, there's
so
ladders.
so-
Is it the shovel ladders? We're digging ourselves in with ladders.
Ladders.
So,
21.
21.
Did you drop it?
Well-
no, Lucas dropped it.
That?
did you want me to do
No,
it?
it was just
I
me.
dropped
I was like, well, it's now 20 anyway.
Thank you.
Dice down.
Well, I'm glad
That's one of the
that
stars.
you share my sentiments for dictators. I'm glad that he sent you to me. You would have met me eventually. So, what I will say is, the necromancer herself lives on the 3rd level in the smallest of the houses of the nobility. I would recommend going and speaking to her if you are still hungry and none of you have the
I
clocks
feel
on
like it
your
might
arms.
be mental. You think it's mental?
Potentially, I mean.
Either way, there seems to be an issue with your resurrection.
Oh.
Above table, like why did Ben say to go meet her? Like was it because I mean he knew that we were alive. Or,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah. So Emery was
Emery,
like,
like-
so you guys kind of talked
Okay.
with Emery for a bit,
We
and
talked
he
a
was
bit.
like, "Oh, you guys are after Umanoran's remain. You guys are here specifically for that. You should talk to her, and she'll get you pointed in the right direction."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking telepathic. Should we just tell her what's going on?
I mean, I don't know.
Our actual goal.
The least amount of people, you know. Maybe we could tell her.
Maybe we just
Just
ask for directions upstairs.
We could ask if you ever worship his remains. Him?
What are what's the necromancer's feelings on Umanoran recently? You know?
I haven't talked to her about it. I'm simply a seamstress. As much as I respect Lady Alara, she's not someone who I speak to on a regular basis. Her role here is one of the most important.
Seems like it.
While I respect her humility, and she's the only noble who I'd like to talk to, she still remains fairly secluded on the 3rd level, except for when she goes and resurrects the new citizens.
You know, you guys are the base. You're the bottom of this foundation. I feel like you should be the most important, you know?
Well, I appreciate that. The idea is that the nobility are closer to God. God, of course, being at the top of the tower. Or at the top of the city.
It's just
That was long before I came.
It's just weird that now that he's here, you know, even Emery was saying things have been worse. You would think he'd be better with God here.
That is what we all thought. And then Lady Morwen, I don't know, it's like something came over her. She seems to be almost a completely different person since.
Can you get us pointed in the direction to go to the necromancer?
Well, it's not exactly something... While you do need to do that, I just want to be clear. This is a special circumstance. Normally one doesn't just go to the 3rd level, except to get to the 4th level to pray.
Oh, I was thinking.
I would say that just be careful when you're walking up there. Lord Varric is not called the Soul Stealer for nothing. Poor Victor has to be employed whenever that happens. It's taken a toll on the man.
When we watched the halfling walking with Victor, did he look like different from all the other undead we've spoken to?
I mean, they all look different,
Right.
but not in like a... He wasn't particularly different, no.
Okay. He wasn't like shambling around a little more or like looked
He
vacant?
seemed very downtrodden.
Okay.
Significantly more downtrodden than everyone else you've met so far. All 3 of them. 4 of them, including Bill.
Bill. Okay.
How do we get upstairs to pray?
The staircase. It wraps around the entire city. The 4th level is the base of the temple. And there you can speak with Mother Alicia, and she will teach you how we pray here. I'd recommend doing that today as well if you have the time.
Looks like we're going to the 3rd and 4th level.
Should we wait till night just so we don't bother the curfew, you know?
It would not be a poor idea. However, this is your first day, and most of us understand what it was like our first day. Some of us have forgotten, but I remember mine. I would say that you may be bothered if you go out now, but if you wait, I think it'll be around 8 hours before the curfew. Well, sorry. You shouldn't be bothered walking around now. The curfew isn't technically here, but everyone else is out collecting light right now. They won't be back for another 8 hours.
Now is the best time.
Yeah. Do we have to bring anything to pray, like offerings?
It will be given to you
Oh,
at the
okay.
temple. I don't know if any of you have any experience with church or anything from when you were alive, but this really is not nearly as bad as I feared it would be when I became undead.
Okay.
Mother Alicia is incredibly understanding. She's a great conversationalist. She can often be found at the tavern in the evenings with many of our other citizens as well.
Okay.
I think old man Mortimer has a crush on her, but he'd never admit it.
Might I ask what happened with the group that appeared? You said appeared a couple weeks ago?
We are.
Oh,
Are
my bad, never
you
mind.
not that group?
Sorry. I thought,
I think she hit her head on the way in.
Roll persuasion.
my bad, I'm sorry.
Roll deception, one of the two.
Roll confusion. Just play confusion.
Can you talk yourself out of this?
I step in between them and I shake her hand.
That's pretty good.
You said what? Persuasion? Perception?
I'm gonna go with deception to hope that, yeah.
So you do
I got a 22.
Yeah, with protection.
Beat by
Sentinel
one.
too. We gotta get plus 40.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Make sure.
I understand that all of this is still very
Confusing.
confusing. So, but no one else has arrived here as far as I know, and it was a rather big deal in the last few weeks. 2 different groups of people came. One was a group of humans, and the other was some sort of metal person. I think that Old Man Mortimer called him a warforged.
Oh, that's so odd.
He had seen a few of those back when he was alive.
Oh, that's cool.
I recommend you ask him about it. It seems quite interesting, although his history lessons put me to sleep.
Do you still sleep?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's
It's
exciting.
less like so when you were alive, she notices you're an elf at this point. It's more like how humans sleep,
Oh,
where you actually are unaware of your surroundings for an extended period of time. It was quite an adjustment when I first got here, but it's almost completely natural to me now.
oh, that's getting really weird.
However, we don't have to eat
Oh,
or drink.
oh,
The beer that Old Man Mortimer keeps in his tavern, I think people drink it just to have the feeling of drinking. I don't think it can actually make us drunk.
okay. That's just.
But enough people drink it that I assume it works at least psychosomatically. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
So
Or ask?
as new residents, do we just build our own hut, or what's the plan here?
We're just asking to.
Wasn't
We're asking to
did
but-
Alara not tell you where yours was?
I don't know if there was something going on with that Warforged or what's. I don't know. She just didn't really continue to give us too much information.
Roll deception.
Please tell me. 25.
I rolled pretty high though, so there was a
There's a good chance.
there was a pretty good chance. Maybe I'll go with you to see the necromancer.
Oh,
It's very strange that all of this would be happening at once.
maybe.
Admittedly, it's been a while since anyone's arrived, but it hasn't been that long.
I think we'll be alright if you'd rather stay here.
Yeah, you know what? We were gonna go talk to Victor anyway. He said he was gonna give us the orientation instead of Emery this time. So you know, maybe we just gotta go back and talk to him after he's done with this debacle. You know.
Yeah,
Do
probably.
that. Strange. Either way, feel free to stop by here at any time. My door is always open. If you'd like to learn how to become a tailor, seamstress, whatever you'd like, simply let me know. I love to teach. Unfortunately, I can't give you a full-time position, but I do need a few assistants in the forge.
It's quite kind of you. Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess we'll see you around.
Of course.
Bye.
Getting out of here.
Yeah.
Close the door. Telepathically, be like,
You find yourself back in the.
Time to go upstairs.
Fumble the bag.
You guys find yourselves back in the kind of the center of town. Oh, jeez. Has it been black this whole time?
Yep.
Has it really?
yeah. I just figured
Well,
it was.
we walked in the tailor.
Yeah.
We saw that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe it must have like unplugged or
I thought you
something.
meant like
I saw
this. Yeah, no, it's not been perfectly fully black this whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's,
I thought you meant the shadows, like these.
No, I meant like yeah.
Yeah. We saw it too.
Yeah, so you can kind of figure based on what she was talking about. There's an apothecary to the west, the taverns to the north. Old Man Mortimer is there, and then there's a library to the east.
Okay.
Let's go
Personally,
up, but if somebody
I would
wants
love
to make
to
a
talk.
stop, we can.
Ultimate. This guy.
Mortimer?
I think maybe tonight when everyone's out, you know, maybe less conspicuous.
Conspicuous?
Yeah, suspicious.
So suspicious.
Conspicuous.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
that's
be
exactly what we're doing.
suspicious.
How much time do you have left on that spell of yours?
How much time?
About 7 and change hours.
A little over 7 hours.
Well, we probably should get going if we don't want to burn all that up.
Yeah, we should
I
probably
think
go
we should do
upstairs.
as much as we can.
We
today.
want to go to the priest area? The Church temple, I think is what he called it. She called it.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, we're gonna go up there anyway. Might as well just like.
Who did she say we should talk to? Mother or like lady or
Mother
Mother.
Alicia,
Mother Elisa?
and then
Okay.
Lady Alara is the necromancer.
But
Okay.
Alara is gonna be a hard one to sell because she's
I
not
do think
gonna
we should
remember
avoid
us.
her. with
Yeah, we
our own
gotta
costs.
avoid her.
Yeah.
Maybe ask Emery what his opinion is on her and this whole
Better just
adventure.
Get straight to the point.
Make a history check, because he did say something about her.
IRL history check.
Do you remember what she said? What he said?
Intelligence save for a DM feat.
I won't. 7.
So
Oh,
with,
I wanted
with
to-
a 7,
I'll
you
do it.
remember that Emery thought she was hot.
Oh.
What about a 15?
With a 15, you also remember that Emery said she was
Is this
hot.
history? Alright.
That's all he said, I
I'm
think.
pretty sure that is all he
16.
said. That she's hot, and that just the other stuff about her, that she is the one who comes in and will eventually she will come and raise those wizards up.
Maybe we should go see her. Just to get some information.
Even in
Okay.
death, you're still trying to get with people.
Can't we
Do you
just
know
go
no
to-
shame?
Is there can we just go straight to the top?
I assume there's a. He did say there were almost.
I mean, we'll likely have to deal with this soul stealer fellow.
Yeah, he
No,
seems
in my mental memory, I wrote down there was multiple bosses to get through to there, so I don't know exactly what he said, but
Take one at a time.
I mean,
See how
like,
far this disguise gets us.
we need to watch first.
watch.
Can anyone create one?
We need to watch.
I mean, we've done okay
The
with
clock
that
thing,
so
We
far.
need
but,
to walk.
Yeah.
So long as-
Otherwise, we're gonna be out past curfew, and then we're actually gonna get in trouble.
We'll have 8 hours till curfew even till people even get back, so I assume they have at least an hour to do it.
Hi.
I was checking, I can't modify the illusion of seeming. But
Maybe we
What would you like to do?
steal the coup for
if someone looks at my wrist, I can make it look like I have one for like 12 seconds.
I guess we can go up to the 3rd floor. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. So the 3rd floor.
Fourth
so
floor.
4th floor.
So-
We're going straight to the 4th floor.
yeah. So 3rd floor is the nobility. So the necromancer would be there.
Yeah.
The 4th floor is the base of the temple.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Straight
So
to
you
the-
guys go to the north. So just so you guys are aware, each level the stairway kind of shifts one cardinal direction. So originally it was on the east side, and then it went anti-clockwise up to the north, and then it's going to go to the west and then south as it goes up, kind of spiraling around this city.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
So we'll come out of the south.
So if on the 4th level, yeah, you will come out of the south. Let me pull up the map. I will say, I think that when I was building these, I accidentally made it the wrong orientation, so, there you go. But you guys head up the stairway, unmolested, and you guys pop out. Let me activate the view.
Can I try to look around and see if anybody's like watching us? Or...
Yeah, so I guess I can keep the door closed if you'd like, but there's no one on the stairway. You come across a wooden door.
just like on the hallway there.
Oh, yeah, there's no one around. It's almost like a ghost town, per se. And you open the door, and you find yourself in a chapel. And,
Before we open the door.
okay, before you
It's
open
okay.
I
Before
will
we
close
go
the door.
in, seems like we might need some more help as we go further up in levels. I will cast or use Emboldening Bond. I'm going to put it on everybody except for Angie and me.
Okay.
That's fair.
I only have 4, so I had to choose, and it seemed like you guys were doing the talking, so
She's rolling that 20, so she's got it covered.
yeah, that's also it too.
You just
Angie.
jinxed it.
No, she's just too
You don't
good.
need to be jinxed.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years of this.
Then what do you say? Do you want to open the door? Do you want
Yes.
to knock it?
You jinxed
Knock.
Ethan's dice.
Should
That's what it
We
was.
can go on now.
We should knock.
We'll knock this time.
I'll knock this time.
Okay, you knock loudly on the door, and after a few moments, an undead woman opens the door. And let me see what you guys can see. I'll kind of zoom in. You can see behind her there is an altar to the north, but to the right on the map. And you see that there are 2 raised pulpits as well on either side. There are dozens of pews all facing it, and you can see that there is an archway just behind in one of the corners there. You can't see where it leads, but there's an archway there. You see an undead woman opens the door. She seems to be dressed in kind of long flowing white robes, and she has kind of a white headdress on. It's covering most of her body, but her face is very, very pale, and her skin, like her bones and muscles move underneath her skin, and her skin is like stiff. So like you can't, like it move, like you can see it moving under her, almost like a skin mask. Hello. Are you new?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome in.
Take it away. Got this.
She leads in.
I'm not speaking.
Did the necromancer send you here, Lady Alara?
Yeah.
Roll deception.
I'm just gonna lie. I'm just gonna tell the truth and say that.
Oh my
Yeah, stop lying, dude. Stop
He has
lying.
the photo.
The bullying bond.
Yes.
Wait, what did you just hold up now?
Oh, thank you.
This is D4 reminder.
So we don't forget.
18.
So good.
18.
18.
Nice.
An 18 will succeed.
I know, it's disgusting.
Good. Glad to hear it. So, I'm here to educate you on the tenets of our faith. It's rather simple. Were you told about the light and how you will be expected to collect it going forward?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, all of the light comes from the god, Umanoran. Sometimes we call him God, sometimes we call him by his full name. Either way, please always say his name with respect. But he created everything on this planet. And his essence infuses all life, especially life closest to the planet's core, which is where we find the organisms, plants and animals, that have his light in them. We have been blessed by Umanoran to be able to take some of his light and put it within ourselves. So, mostly, that's it. This really isn't supposed to be an all-consuming faith. We ask that you respect Umanoran and that you pray to him, for he is the one who created everything here. And otherwise, Lady Morwen is his voice. So everything she says is his will.
You know, in life and I guess now in death, I always wanted to know the question of why. So do you know why he created this place specifically versus the living world as well?
It works in ways that we as mortals, or even undead, can't quite understand. There are certain manuscripts from a very long time ago, before this city was created, that talk of other beings on his level that created other planets. However, these have been considered non-canonical since then.
Heretics?
We don't really believe in heretics, more just peace. If you choose to believe something else, well, we can't quite stop you. But Lady Morwen might cry. However, that is not my place. I am here to simply give counsel, to lead worship, and to provide healing wherever I can. Mental and physical and spiritual.
I assume getting light there is some potentially physical taxing situations.
Not as much as you'd think. It's been a long time since I've had to do it, but as an undead, you don't get fatigued like you might be used to from being alive. Your muscles work completely differently from how they used to. Instead of food and drink, you consume light itself.
Good to know.
Do you have any questions otherwise?
Yeah, I feel like I'm having a spiritual crisis already.
I understand. Based on your garb, were you a cleric when you were alive?
Yeah, of Sylvanas.
Yes. The
It's really heretic if it's all the same god. I don't know.
the teachings of Umanoran say that he is the only one in this place,
Yeah.
and that all other gods are simply fabrications of the mind, and that any miracles that can be attributed to those gods, such as Sylvanas, are actually magic from Umanoran himself. Light is our word for it. But I can understand that that's difficult, and I would love to talk about it more in depth in the future.
Yeah.
But I don't want to overload you on your first day.
Yeah, it's a lot of information.
Starts tearing up a little bit. I don't know if they can tear up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's not tearing up. It's
You might be tearing up underneath the disguise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to see that this has caused you pain, but we can work through it, and we will. And you have literally all the time in the world to do it. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I think we're here just to learn how to do a prayer, you know.
I can teach you that right now. You can do it wherever. However, when you are here, we have specific places to do it. So, here, follow me, and she'll take you to the front of the pews, so closest to the altar. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Was that the mental breakdown die? Or,
That was. Is she really gonna sit there and pray like this right now? So yeah.
we have a prayer, but I will teach it to you. We generally meet once every few days as an entire city, as a congregation. I will generally give a teaching, and Lady Morwen will address the city. That is when you will learn the official prayer of Umanoran. However, when you are here, you simply kneel at the altar and let his light come upon you. And you can speak or pray, or speak or think, and just open yourself to his light.
Do I have any idea who Umanoran is?
I think so.
A little bit.
I think your god gave you a little bit of.
How is she feeling right now? Am I getting any
How's
bad?
she feeling?
No, my god. Am I getting any bad vibes right now?
I'm feeling not good.
Make a religion check.
Okay. Ooh.
You feel free to make a religion check as well.
So I have a +0, but I rolled an 18.
Nice. With an 18, you're like, I don't think that's quite true.
Okay.
13.
With a 13, you're having a tough time figuring out what's right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll sit at I'll sit in the front on the pew and just.
Yeah, you don't have to do the prayer right now, but that is like
Yeah.
kind of, she's just explaining how to do it.
I'll sit in the front and just in my head, I'm just calling Umanoran a bitch over and over and over again, just to see if anything happens.
Nothing happened.
Oh
Just
my god.
damn, you don't get smited.
Smoke.
Smote. Yeah, I was like smote. Yeah.
Smoted?
smitten.
Yeah.
Over the telepathic bond, I want to ask, like, should we ask her about our huts?
I
Or
don't know.
what they were...
I feel like we need to ask Emery these questions and ask him why the hell he didn't tell us some certain information that makes us look really bad, But maybe that's our fault, who knows?
It's quite unfortunate.
And he just. Well, I'm not gonna pray. I can't pray right now. It's
I understand.
awful.
Was that telepathic?
It was
or not?
telepathic. She's sitting.
She's just like reading your.
We
your
need
minds.
to we need to come up with a signal for when we're talking over telepathic bond. Something like this.
We just do what
Potentially.
No, that's our cut.
Oh, that's right. We cut there.
Just the big brain.
I'll sit down and do a little prayer.
Alright.
Actual prayer towards Uminor and see if anything happens.
Rook
Nothing
will
happens.
pretend to do it. He won't actually
Yeah,
do
nothing
it.
happens.
Okay.
Leslie's just gonna look around the room.
Same.
Can we see the, archway? You said there was no...
Yeah, you guys are actually fairly close to the archway. You can see that it leads to some sort of hallway.
Is there like a pulpit that
Yeah,
someone
there's
speaks
two-
at?
there's two.
There's
Yeah,
two pulpits, right?
Two.
Over
Okay.
to the side.
Cool.
One
For
for
context
her
clues,
and
one for her, one
yeah.
for Lady Mormon.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Cool. Is there?
Oh, I guess I can like move the thing. Oh, yeah. So by the way, that's the pulpit, and
Can you scoot?
So-
Yeah, there we
yeah.
go.
So the pulpits are here and here. Big altars.
In Catholicism, the communion, right,
Yeah,
is
we're a
held in like a box, a holy box.
Uh,
Is there something to
Do you
that
mean
effect?
Tabernacle.
you mean?
Thank you. I'm Catholic and I don't know that.
Gotcha.
Oh
Do you mean confession or communion?
Communion.
It's
The
in
way
a
for
box.
It's where it's actually stored.
It,
Not like where you take it out.
Oh.
It's
No,
actually
yeah.
stored.
There's like the tabernacle. Thank
The
you.
tabernacle.
The tabernacle, and then like there's
That would be a question for
Yes, it is tabernacle.
for
Got it.
for them.
Mother Alicia.
Okay.
I rolled a religion check and succeeded.
No idea.
What?
No, in my I rolled a religion
Oh,
check.
okay.
I
Yeah.
want you to look at my religion check. This natural one.
Oh,
right here.
there you go.
Yeah. I'm not Catholic, so I didn't really know what you were talking about.
I am, and neither did I. So
Yeah,
we're good.
now I know what you're talking
You're
about.
Catholic.
And I do have an answer for you, but that would be a question that you need to make in character.
Okay.
So, is there like a communion that we have, or some symbol of Illuminorans that we all partake in, or is it just the light?
It's just the praying, and it's just the congregation itself. However, Umanoran's presence, I don't know if the necromancer told you, is in the top of the tower.
Yeah.
As of actually quite recently, it caused
Uh-huh.
quite a stir. And the higher you go past, so this is the last point that most people are allowed to go to get to the top.
Oh.
This is the highest. There are another 4 levels of the city above this one. Each one is inhabited by a chosen of Umanoran.
Oh.
One he chose to guard his holy presence against anyone who may try to
Threaten him.
blaspheme.
Oh.
And so, past this point, it requires a special key that I do not have.
Has it always been that way? Or is it just since he's come back?
Um,
Also, where
the
was
locks, the locks have always been there.
he? Yeah.
The people are fairly new. They are
Yeah.
people who've been here a long time, but it is a more recent development that this is their particular calling. As for where Umanoran's presence was, I do not know.
Oh.
Based on what she's told us so far, is it possible to know if like she actually believes all of this, or if she's like brainwashed, for lack of a better term?
Make
by
an
the
insight
Lord?
check.
Okay. I don't know if that question.
No, I kind of get what you mean. Like,
We
is she
saw
is
the
she
golden
spouting
one.
it to spout it, or does she believe it?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
is
got you.
there something like controlling her? I
You did
guess or
golden
whatever.
one?
Yeah.
You can insight if you want that, but I don't get an emboldening bond. 13.
I also got a 13, so does mine.
With a 13, she seems to believe it. She doesn't seem like she's lying
Okay.
or anything like that.
That's all I wanted to know.
What would you guys like to do?
What should we do now? No one's in the town.
Well, I suppose that it's your first day. Speak with the people in the town square. That would be my recommendation. If you haven't met any of them already, there's Mirabelle, the seamstress, Old Man Mortimer in the tavern. He tells very fun stories. I wouldn't necessarily recommend going into the library. Griselda is difficult.
Oh.
However, the apothecary, Matilda, is a bit of a recluse, but she is incredibly nice. And she is a purveyor of different remedies for different things. Potions and the like. They do still work on you. Magical ones, at least. And she is incredibly intelligent. I'd recommend speaking to her.
Okay.
You've of course met Emery and Bill, I assume.
Yeah.
We generally don't go down there very often to speak with him, but if you'd like to, it is an option that's always available to you. Victor, the caretaker, the gravedigger, is also around, but lately he's been down. His calling weighs heavily on him.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see you in a couple of days whenever everyone's getting together.
Yes, I would recommend speaking to everyone you can. There are plenty of people who
Fine.
are around, and they often have little tidbits of knowledge and stories that are always helpful.
Sounds good.
What would you like to do?
Can I exit and go around? Or, I guess, leave the building first, yeah.
Yep.
Close the door.
Did we want to talk
Alright.
to the necromancer? She's on the next level,
We
right?
don't.
Next level
down.
down.
She's
Down,
on third,
okay.
And I will
but we
say-
don't want to.
I'm going to call it there for a break because I have to use the restroom.
Alright.
So,
Cool.
and it's a good kind of chance to take a break anyway because you guys are done with that conversation. So,
Figure out what to do next.
yeah, there you go. All right, so so you guys just got done talking with Mother Alicia. What would you like to do?
So when we walk out, does the staircase keep going up? Could it keep going up, or is that a second?
In this case, no.
Okay, so we don't see a way to get up.
You do not see a way to get up past this point. This staircase stops at the 4th level.
But she said there was a gate.
There is a gate to get further.
Do we know where it is?
I think it's that archway, isn't it? In the back?
You didn't check,
Yeah.
but that was the only other way out of that room. There were a few other doors, I will say, but the archway
And
seems
is
the
there a
most
way
obvious.
like around this temple?
No.
Or-
I mean, if you really wanted to like climb it, you could try.
But it's just like built into the wall. Like it's not a structure with like empty space surrounding it. It's,
No.
okay.
And it's just like a dead. We like walk upstairs and like this is the only door.
Yes.
On the 4th floor.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you are currently on a landing.
Yeah.
Kind of outside. Like, you're looking into the ocean right now on one side, and then the ziggurat on the other.
If I put my hand against the ocean, like what happens?
The
Like,
ocean?
it just feels like air. Like, if there's a bubble or something, it's further out.
Do they breathe?
They
That's a
don't.
good
I
question.
don't. They said they didn't need to eat or sleep.
I mean, they
No,
don't
they
have-
need to sleep.
They need to sleep though.
Eat or drink.
Oh, eat or drink. Yes.
You said we can climb on top of this.
Well, what I'm saying is that's what you have to figure out how to do that. I will tell you this, it's smooth. So
How tall is this building?
So each level. So think of it like slices of bread. Okay. all just stacked on top of each other with about 50 feet of distance between each one. Each slice of bread, each tier of the city is about 50 feet thick. 50 feet thick, 50 feet all the way up, and they just and they're in a a square shape.
So the
that just goes
floor
up
of the next floor is 50 feet above us.
100 feet.
100 feet. Right.
Yeah. So the ceiling is 50 feet above you.
Uh-huh.
The floor of the next one is 50 feet above
So there's
that.
just 50 feet of solid rock, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 50 feet of solid rock that you could hypothetically, if you figured out a way, like I'm not gonna say you can't do it. You may certainly try.
Can some of those
I don't know how
badgers with
successful
digging
you'll
speed-
be to climb up the side.
And on the outside.
Not to mention that you can't quite see what's on the inside. Like you can see the edge from where you're currently standing. You don't know what's on the inside of that edge.
So like we can see the next floor.
Yeah,
But
like,
it's
like
100
straight above.
it's 100 feet
yeah.
up, okay.
Yeah, it's a ways up there.
And we don't see like a. I'm assuming from the lower floors we could see the staircase winding around. Is there some sort of thing that we can visually see from here that shows how to get to the next floor, or nothing?
From where you're at, no.
Okay. And somehow the ocean is on the outside of us.
Yep.
Magically.
There's like a bubble around the city.
Okay.
How big the bubble is, you're not quite sure, but you haven't found the edge of it.
Okay.
Can I make an Arcana check real quick?
To do what?
I want to kind of figure out if the magic that's keeping this place floating, like in space, if that's coming from Umanoran.
You don't even have to roll an Arcana check to figure that out.
Okay.
This place seems to have been created by Umanoran, specifically.
So can I infer that if we destroy whatever is at the top, that this whole place might come crumbling?
There's no specific way to be sure,
Okay.
but that is a reasonable assumption one could have.
Okay. I will keep that information to myself.
Wow.
I don't know.
See, I know she said we shouldn't go to the library, but I do feel like for us to learn as much as possible, the library is the best possible.
Well, that's the
Course.
tavern, yeah.
Well, the tavern we
Talk
could try to
to-
hear people, but
We talked
So
to
just
Griselda.
FYI, you guys have about 6.5 hours left of your disguise.
Yeah, definitely the library.
One of us, we could do that to get more information, but one of us could just fly up there and toss a rope down.
Wait,
I don't know if there's like a way to get through, though.
We can see
Like,
we can see
isn't it
the
just like
ledge.
a wall?
Yeah, it is just a
We-
wall.
we can see the ledge, like where the floor is.
So
But it's
yeah, so where
50.
where you are, it's a pyramid-ish. So you can see, if you're here, you can see it way up here. You can see the next tier, but you can't see. You can see the corner, the ledge, but you can't see what's on the inside of that. So, for example, if there's like a big monster or something on the other side, you can't see that.
Yeah.
That's not what's there. But like, well, I mean, that's not what's immediately there. I should say.
From what I can tell right now, something that can fly could get there relatively easily, right?
Probably.
Okay.
I do just feel like Umanoran would make it so you probably couldn't fly up there, but you could try. You also would probably get spotted, so.
I wouldn't put myself first.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fair.
But remember, the spiral staircase ends there. So whatever way that one would normally get up that high, you know,
It's probably on the inside, I would imagine.
you can't see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about flying?
Oh, just descending my familiar first.
That might be interesting.
We could send mine as well. More eyes might bring more information.
Or attention.
I mean, they're just birds.
There's no birds here.
Can I make a perception check for birds?
Roll perception.
How about
You're
flying
a free
fish?
cast of invisibility, right?
I think it's on self though.
Oh,
From Shadow Touch, you're saying?
I can look at it.
It's an 18.
You see some fish out in the deep.
Yeah.
In fact, you see a rather large creature that seems to just be lumbering by. Not coming towards you.
Oh, it's just
it's
the
lumbering
invisibility
by.
spell.
Yeah, it's just
By your
invisibility.
estimation, it's probably 200 or 300 feet long.
If we make
Answer
one of our
question.
familiars invisible
Long?
and then
Yeah,
have
God.
them fly up there.
We
I
can.
also keep that information to myself.
They're
Not
the same
quite
stat
shaped like a
line, so
fish.
that's
Yeah.
it doesn't matter whose goes up. It's just
I'll volunteer minus tribute.
Okay.
Advantage for you
That's
is more
fine.
powerful.
What's that?
Advantage for you is more powerful. So if we lose mine, it's not a huge deal.
Yeah. That could work.
We want to try it.
Yeah, we could try that.
What are we trying to do now?
They're gonna sacrifice some of their.
Making it familiar,
Sacrifice.
invisible, and sending it up there.
Can I?
It's a sacrifice.
Can I?
Oh, yeah.
It's not a
Hopefully it comes
sacrifice if I
back.
can't see it.
I'll cast.
No, it's still a
Wait,
sacrifice.
don't just do it.
Just because we don't see it doesn't make it any better.
What do you think you're doing?
Bless.
But if we don't
that's
see
a
it, they
minute,
can't.
man.
Then other people can't see it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, but you're
Remember when
familiar, so
I
that's-
said I was afraid of spell slots?
I mean,
That's
it's
why.
your
Oh,
bad.
I don't read.
you're good.
Either.
Like
Nice.
Yeah.
Lasts for a minute.
Yeah.
Be
Okay,
fast
do
enough.
it.
Yeah. So I'll cast invisibility,
I'll put tack out.
and then if it's safe spot or whatever, I'm sure we would set
Are you
ourselves up.
expending
for
the
that.
spell slot?
You
Yes,
could go on the
it's-
stairs.
well,
Magic.
Oh fuck.
This one actually does not expend a spell slot because it's through the feet. So,
Oh, okay.
so
There you go.
expending
Wait, what feet?
shadow touched.
Oh, okay.
One
Nice.
time on it.
Yes. So I will cast invisibility on
It's invisible
attack.
for an hour, right?
I think so.
Unless you-
Concentration up to an hour, correct.
Okay.
Spell ends if they attack or cast a spell. You're not doing either of those. So
Alright.
Well, attack it.
attack isn't. Yeah.
Watch my back. Or should I do this here, or should we go somewhere else?
There's nobody around, right? Like it's still.
Not that we know
I mean,
of.
we're what, like 2 hours deep into.
You're sitting directly
See.
outside the door of the church. So
I still also have see invisibility up, so
yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
It's been up for about a half an hour now.
yeah.
Why
So
not?
I have 30 minutes left. But
Just
I
leave
yeah.
tack here and we'll go down to a safe spot. And we'll just fly him up if you want to do that.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Can
Not a
you
distance requirement for you to
see through it?
see through it, right?
Oh, that's well. To give like direct commands, I need to be within.
Yeah.
You could tell him to wait here for 10 minutes and then fly up.
Yeah,
That's true.
within 100 feet of you. So yeah, as soon as he gets to the next level, I'll be. He'll just be following the orders that I previously gave. So
Can you see through his eyes?
I'll still be able to see through. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, it's invisible, so it's all on you now.
Yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
And that's
What do you
fine.
guys like to do?
Is how long did it take us to get to here from the first floor?
Oh, that's a good question.
10 or 15 minutes.
Okay, so let's play it safe and say
Because from here, you just walk down the flights of stairs.
Right.
yeah.
I'm assuming it would be quicker just going straight up from outside.
What's
Yeah.
on this staircase? Like, is there anything around this thing? I'm trying to hide.
No, it's literally,
No.
it's literally just.
There's not even a railing.
Why would you need safety? We're already dead.
Okay.
I think we just go back down to the base and find some quiet place to sit.
The library.
That's fine.
They probably have the same rules.
I do still want to go talk to. What is his name?
Martin?
Yeah. No. Yes.
Oh, Martin.
Old man Mortimer.
Oh, Martin. You know, that was close.
He knows.
We could go to the tavern as well.
He knows a lot about.
We can socialize and, like, get some more information.
Every time we tried to socialize today, it has not worked out in our favor.
The priestess was fine.
We don't have watches.
Uh-huh.
Just
Don't
call
take
attention
this the
to
wrong
it.
way. You can't speak good.
What did you just
People.
call her?
I said don't take it the wrong way.
Oh, sorry, I heard something else. My bad.
Okay. What did you hear? I'm scared.
I'll need somebody to watch my back while I look through
I just
text.
I'll look through your shell. Don't worry about it.
No, I think we should do it downstairs though, just in case. You know.
Yeah. It's less suspicious. We are just standing out here
Unless you're
talking.
just kind of zoning out up here looking at the sky. Like,
Yes, let's see.
We
go
could
to
be-
the tavern or the
we could be
library.
praying. They said they do it anywhere and everywhere.
No.
let's go to the
Just go
library. We'll go to the
downstairs.
tavern or
Sit
the
in a
library.
circle, sing kumbaya.
So I would tell Tack what you want to do before we go.
Yeah, so I'll tell him to wait 20 minutes and then go up there and just explore as far as she can. As much as she can, as far as she can up the tower.
Just the next.
One floor at a time.
Okay, and
Yeah.
just basically do a spiral up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like check. I mean, you can't go through like locked doors or anything. But, like,
Right.
Yeah. Explore as much as you can.
Cool. And then when will he come back?
No command to come back. I'll just when I'm ready, I can just
Oh,
bring
you'll-
it back into the pocket dimension.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Alright,
walk downstairs.
So where are you guys going?
Library.
Where it is.
I'm good with either one.
Alright, you guys walk down the stairs 2 levels and get back to the city proper is kind of what I called it. You come out the north side and you walk towards the
Eastern building.
the town square.
Yeah, it is the eastern because the western's up Montpelier, right?
Yes, the eastern side is the library, the northern side is the tavern if you wanted to do that. It's completely up to you. Which one do you want to do first? Or are you doing it like you're going to the tavern and everyone else is going to the library? Or how do you want to do it?
I was planning on sticking together. I think we're all just gonna go to the library, I guess.
Library.
Okay.
Don't
Barry.
split
I'm
the
good
party.
with that.
Yeah, so you guys go into the town square and walk.
Every time we split the party, it doesn't end well.
Well, that's just it just gets more fun and exciting.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys walk into the library.
Oh, it's
You
very
find-
tiny.
Well, from
In
the outside you
comparison.
can see that it is actually bigger, like there
Yeah.
are other rooms than this one. So you find yourself in a very small sitting room. There's a desk off to one side and a door that leads further in. There does not seem to be anyone in the room.
There's no bells.
Not that you see.
Is anyone here?
Hello.
We are new. I like reading books.
No, you don't, don't lie.
I thought that's what he did always, is lie.
Oh, lying? Yeah, I know.
He does
I
that a
believe
No,
it.
lot.
that's true.
I think everything that came out of his mouth today to everybody else was a lie.
I've never told a lie.
See what I mean?
As you guys are talking, you hear yes, one moment.
Roll a
And
persuasion check.
after a few moments, you see an old, grizzled, undead woman
Oh.
kind of come out. Her back is hunched. She has a cane, and the sickly green skin of her face is literally hanging off to the side, and her skull is what you see
Lovely.
underneath. Her eyes seem to move behind it without any issue. Yes, hello.
We were told you were the most knowledgeable one in this entire area, and we are new. So
Quit your kiss assing.
it's
Alright,
just
you're
permanent. I'm
already-
sorry.
Well, what did anyone tell you of the rules of this library?
No,
Not at all.
no.
Well, there are books here. You are free to read them at any time. If you need anything more than that, in a previous life, I was a rather powerful witch, and I can help you with different things you may need, things that are within my power, but they do not come free. So, I would maybe take me up on that before someone discovers what you actually are. If the lack of a clock on your wrist wasn't a dead giveaway, the talking to yourselves, staring at each other, speaking telepathically, and, well, the general lack of awareness would do it for you. I'm surprised you made it this far.
It's only our first day.
We are two.
She already knows. Why are you even fucking around?
Lucky for you, not everyone else here has true sight.
Oh, see, there you go.
Great. Are you
Who
going to turn us in?
does have true sight, though?
Well, that would be telling now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You would be telling me.
I would not give you that information for free.
Then what
want exactly. For a simple price of information like that, I believe gold could be spent for more valuable information. Favors are things that I might be needing.
Question: do we see any light while we were
No,
walking
you
up the
haven't
stairs?
seen any like straight up light.
like
Like
what
the
people are
spiritual
talking
sense,
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
we haven't seen that. Okay.
Wonder if we can see it. We're not technically dead.
Exactly.
So,
Do you mind if he takes a seat really quick and just hangs out? He's gotta take a seat.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, no, yeah, he does.
I did
She'll
kind
kind
of
of look at you a little bit harder.
I get tired fairly easily.
I used to get tired talking to my familiars as well.
Yes.
Every trick in the
I
book
love it so much.
I used to do. I take it you're searching out the upper floors?
Indeed.
How about this?
And you sit up, hold on.
What did you ask again?
Who else has true sight?
Who else has true sight?
And if you could take a seat.
I'll tell you who else has true sight if you tell me why you're here.
Oh,
Specifically.
Well, I think my goals are different than yours. I'm here to kill Umanor.
Wow, nice.
She knows everything.
Cut to the chase.
Can't lie to this lady.
Good, you know, you
That's
saved
fair,
like an hour of conversation.
I also distance myself from you guys. So you're welcome.
Respect.
Well,
I think we're also the reserve.
I'll tell you who has true sight. However, you wouldn't be able to tell the rest of you. So,
I mean,
why are the rest of you here?
we were sent here to go to the upper floors and I guess destroy the remains of Umanoran.
Our goals
We
are
are.
not so different.
Remains?
So, the wild magic stuff.
Talk about that later.
Ah. I'm the only one with true sight.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
I'd like to make an insight check.
Yeah, I agree.
Just in case.
If we have emboldening bond, it's a useful.
We don't because I forgot to re-up it.
Oh. Has
No,
it?
that's not.
It's
an
been
option.
10 minutes for sure since we did the prayer.
Alright,
That's true.
16.
So
19.
Seems like she's telling the truth.
She's trustworthy.
To be more specific,
well, that was almost a natural 20, but it's not. So
our main thing is we are worried that the wild magic will tear apart the world, and that's what we are here to stop. We already had some good friends die because of it, and we don't want that to happen anymore.
That's fair. That's fair.
As
Well-
much as dead people are cool, but
Oh, I love dead people.
when
Yeah.
it's just not the right time with wild magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way, I understand. It's understandable. Not necessarily against it. I won't tell anyone. Have you spoken to Mirabelle the seamstress yet?
We did, but we didn't tell her what we were, what we were doing.
We liked it. Her face.
You might think of telling her.
Yeah.
She is the leader of a little... oh, what do they call themselves? The dissenters.
Oh,
They dissent against Lady Morwen. The whole thing is rather pointless in my opinion, but it is something that they choose to do. They might be willing to help you. They don't have the same aversion to the living that most of the residents of this place do.
Could you tell us about Varric? What's he like?
Varric the Soul Stealer is his name.
What does he do? He just steals souls.
What are you willing to give me?
God, what do I have? I don't have much.
I feel like she
A
was
couple goblin ears. I'll pull those out of my bag.
I'll toss a platinum piece in.
I have no money because I eat it, and then
I just-
Alright, she'll catch the platinum piece, look at it. Oh, that's next to worthless here, but...
I'll give her 3 goblin ears. I have in my bag. They're a little musty, but
You can keep them.
They're a little musty.
it's a dry age.
it's the dry-aged goblin ears.
Dry age goblin ears.
What did you ask about again?
Varric.
This whole stealer.
I think he's like
Varric Shadowcaster is his full name.
oh,
He's a sorcerer. His body has become a vessel for spirits and the like.
Oh.
He has been assigned by Lady Morland to keep everyone in line. He is the one who enforces the curfew and enforces the laws in place.
If people don't follow his laws, what does he do to them?
Well, if you're lucky, he simply sends Victor to take you to the mausoleum. If you're unlucky, you become one of his spirits.
Yeah, we saw the mausoleum on the way in, and then I saw the gravestones too. Not the ones that were naturally there, like the spectral ones.
Those gravestones they have been here since the city started.
Oh.
They are the gravestones of all of the non-nobles, the commoners, who have died from going insane, from simply losing the will to remain
Undead.
in this planet, in this world, in this life. Or if they were killed by Varric himself or otherwise.
Sorry, what was Varric's full? Like the
Shadowcaster?
Shadowcaster. Okay, thank you.
So
That's a sound of the police.
What's all this? I mean, what do you get out of all this?
Well, I like trades, you see.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something that I've enjoyed even when I was alive. People come to me for different things. Romance,
Oh.
going for aches and pains. They want to look different. And I enjoy seeing what they would give me for such things.
This little trick.
Having you here, well, that's just more interesting trades. What will you give me for information? How to get to Umanoran himself? Can you find it elsewhere? What are you willing to give me for such information? It's all quite fun for me. I enjoyed it when I was alive, and I enjoy it now.
So you don't have a direct problem with us maybe trying to get rid of Umanoran's remains?
Well, I've been undead for a long time, and I was alive for even longer than that. If I die, and if everyone else here dies, I suppose there's no skin off my back. I've lived enough for 17 lifetimes.
Would you want to be alive again at some point?
We can't do
Not
that. We both know
particularly.
that.
Okay, sounds good.
And that's part of the curse here. You become undead, can't be resurrected again.
Huh.
That sucks.
I mean, does it?
I don't know that it does. If you die, your soul gets sent somewhere, and it can be yanked back. But if you've made peace with dying, but if someone else didn't, or if there was some sorcerer like Varric Shadowcaster who uses spirits, I think that it would be kind of nice to know that there was no risk of you coming back. Varric, of course, takes those spirits before they can move beyond. So it's even worse. But at least there's no risk if I die that some lich in the future could bring me back and make me serve under him.
I got goals that can't die yet.
Well,
Well, don't die.
then don't.
I haven't.
So I know we glossed over this. You said Umanoran's remains?
Yeah, we can talk about it later.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's not alive.
He died. It's a long story. He's died a few times now, and well, his remains are still alive, but they're not quite sentient, and I don't think they will be for several millennia.
So who's Alara been talking to?
Who?
Or talking for?
You mean Lady Morgan?
Is that...
Lady Morland, yeah.
Oh no, Alara's the necromancer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is, I have her here. Lady Moron. Who's she
Lady,
been...
Lady Morwen?
Yeah, who's she been talking
Well,
She's
she
a
claims
mouthpiece.
that as a high cleric of Umanoran, that she can speak with his being. I don't know that it's true or not.
Alright.
Do I figure it's been about 20 minutes?
Also, do we have-
Sure, it can have been about 20 minutes by this
I'll
point.
sit on the little couch there and.
Okay, I'll go over like what you see kind
Yeah,
of.
it can be like
A little bit later,
That's
yeah.
fine. But Roken just tapped out. I'll say doing
Do we
that.
have a book with us?
Nope.
You don't have the book? Boy, don't lie to me right now. It's an IRL perception check, insight.
Now we lost him.
You have the book.
I mean, you're trying to.
Yeah, we found the book on tomorrow.
Oh, see, the note taker always rats you out.
Oh, I know.
I couldn't remember if we actually like.
Yeah, you guys have the book.
It's in Roken's bag.
We were
But
missing
it's in the
something.
hammer
though, I
hammer
can't
sack.
remember what.
I mean, personally, I've never really been much of a favorite type of guy because, you know, too many people have screwed me over in the past. Is my assumption, at least. Can you? No, never mind. It was against exactly what I was just going to say.
What are you saying?
What's the best way for us to stay out of sight of the people who we should be out of sight of for the time being?
You're probably doing the right thing already. Just be careful. Know who you can and can't trust.
Can we
Let's-
trust you?
How do we keep this a secret?
For now.
Insight
I
check.
don't know.
I'll do an insight check for
I
sure.
would also like to perform an insight check.
Go for it.
8.
11.
16.
None of you are sure.
Oh,
I cast Happy Circle Fun.
Don't do that.
No.
That'd be so bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's just asking for trouble. Right.
Question. I can't remember what it was.
I want to ask her about the book.
What is your familiar, by the way?
It's like a bird.
Owl.
Oh, yeah, his is a toucan.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do while you're here?
Oh wait, no, mine's the.
Can I read some
mine's
books?
Yeah, I'd actually like
mine's
to go
the
and check out
toucan.
some books.
It's this
Also
owl
free.
stat block.
Okay.
And do you need light?
I have my own ways of getting light.
That's a great question. What happens if one of them eats light? I don't eat anything, so
What are you willing to give me?
I don't have anything.
The bag of money is right there.
Yeah, I've got 25 gold. There you go.
Gold is worthless to me.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Okay.
I took the platinum out of courtesy.
Roken doesn't hear that.
Can I have the
No, you're somewhere else.
Yeah.
Have the book?
There's literally nothing.
What do you want for it?
I'll give you this one gold piece for that platinum.
No.
Okay.
Nice. I don't have anything.
What if I
that
give
you
her
would
my
like.
manacles?
Nice.
What do I
Are they
have?
just regular manacles?
Yeah?
Why do you have what?
I have manacles. I have.
Save them for Sam.
That's exactly what it is.
Whoa!
It's really my.
Didn't
I
you
got
pick,
rope. I
didn't you
got
pick
rope.
them up from the jail cell we were in?
I'll save you some time.
I don't think so.
If it's something that doesn't matter to you, then I suppose you don't need the information.
You know, I had a very special plan for these manacles, so
I'm sure you do.
We have one bean left, by the way.
Don't give
Nothing
me
is
the-
sacred.
I have a bean too.
Might get you a lot of info.
I think you're the only one with a bean.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was
Yeah,
just,
we saved
like
one.
we left one.
I'm gonna go look at your books. If you have a particularly hard task that you would like to accomplish, I am good at helping those, so
I think I'm.
I'm just making sure. Like, I wasn't sure what your agenda is besides that. But
I just like being here. If you need any information, anything's up for trade.
I don't have.
What would you like to do?
I'll go look at some books.
Okay. Yeah, you go in. Here, let me pull up Foundry. You walk through the door, and
Is it
you
a
find
peaceful?
yourself in a library. Up against
Wherever that
all of the
is.
walls are several bookshelves, and throughout the entire room are about a dozen bookshelves, all full of tomes.
huh.
I'll probably sit next to Roken and just, well, not like
Yeah.
right next to him, but be near him,
So
keep
this
an eye
might-
on him,
What you're seeing.
etc.
So tack, will fly kind of straight up. So he started out on the 4th level.
Yes.
Okay, so going up to the 5th, you can see that just on the inside of the ledge, it's completely walled. So you can't see in. And as you fly up, they're all that way.
Okay, is there windows if he flies around?
There are a few windows. So on the 5th floor, if he looks into a window, he would see a room with like a round of columns. Does that make sense? Like a circle of columns, with a throne on one side and a figure sitting in it.
This is on the 5th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me double check.
Throne with someone's.
The 6th and 7th levels are both completely dark. If there are windows, he cannot see anything in them.
Like magical darkness? Or-
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The 8th, the kind of the cone, the top cone, is completely seamless. There's no.
Is he able to fit through the window on the 5th floor?
It's like glass. Like it's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like an opening.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like a
Are
glass
there any
window.
openings?
No.
Or can I see like the staircase to get there?
From the outside, you can see that. And you can surmise that it's kind of internal to everything. There's no outward staircase after the
Okay.
4th
Okay.
floor. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if he flies around to where that archway was, it's all enclosed.
It's
there?
all enclosed.
Okay. And there's no like back door to the temple?
Not that you see.
Okay.
But there is like a physical enclosed stone staircase from the temple up.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll communicate all that telepathically.
Okay.
And then I'll snap him out.
That's good to know. We're kind of stuck in there once we get in there.
There we are. So, how you get all the books?
How?
Yeah.
Well,
People die with them, or
people die with them.
oh, how graphic.
They are recovered from shipwrecks,
Oh,
things of that nature.
yeah.
There are several ways that people can enter the city, aside from the way you did. And different ones have different ways of bringing books with them.
Hmm.
But mostly people bring them here.
If you left the city, I guess I'll say this before I go. If you left the city, would you just die? Or are you able to exist outside of the city?
What do you want to give me?
I'm not that curious. I'm gonna go read.
Okay. You find a fuckload of books. I don't know what you're looking for specifically.
Is there an organization style to like?
Not that you can see.
It's not by
They are all in a mix of languages as well.
Like a Dewey Decimal System in here? Like,
No.
She hasn't discovered it yet. No one's come in.
No one, you haven't asked if there is one, but there does not seem to be one.
I don't want to get a question back.
Can you do an investigation? Like, how do I do an investigation check to see the organizational style?
Sure, roll pattern finding. Make an intelligence check.
You got this.
Just a straight intelligence roll?
Natural 20. You got it.
Alright.
Find that pattern.
No, you fucked me. It's a 9.
Not that you can see.
I would like to
I'm
look for
lost.
the newest book in there, like the nicest shape, the one that looks like the best shape, and
Okay,
just go for
roll
that.
perception.
Yeah, I don't know what to ask. I can't remember. I don't know how to phrase it.
18.
With an 18, you find several that could be your candidate. Most of them at the corner furthest away from you, kind of like catty-cornered from you. And let me make sure you guys see it. Yeah, so, like 2 or 3 over in this area. And let me come up with the D&D languages. Figure out what language they're in. Do you speak Halfling?
Nope.
Okay. Speaking Gnomish.
Yep.
You really?
Speak
do.
Gnomish.
Awesome. So 2 of them are in Gnomish. 1 of them is in Halfling, and one of them seems to be a treatise on mercantile like transactions from several hundred years ago,
Okay.
and the other seems to be like a childhood book of stories, like nursery rhymes and things like that.
I'm gonna read the nursery rhymes.
Okay. What are you looking for anything?
Might turn them into some songs, but you know.
Okay. Well, you sit down to read them. Is there anything else anyone would like to do?
I DM'd you. I just want to see what the possibility is of that, or if it's even possible.
My character's no gnomish, just in case.
Okay.
Seriously? Yeah. That's
Anything else you
cool.
guys would like to do?
You know.
I wanted to ask her, like, you know, what type of information do you find valuable that we could offer you, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't be necessarily looking for information from you. I'm be looking for something from you.
What things
You could make me an offer.
What things do people normally give you?
Things that are important to them.
Oh, like parts of themselves.
Not sometimes, not necessarily.
Memories.
But think of it this way. If the information that you want from me is important, for example, how to get to the 5th level, what are you willing to give me to give up for that information? If the answer is nothing, then I suppose it's not that important to you. If the answer is gold, well, you can always make more gold. I'm not sure that I want that. My information comes with a price. A true price for seeking my help. Not to say you cannot find that information elsewhere, but if you want the easy road, I will demand something in return.
Is there anything we need to ask her? We could just ask her if there's any other ways
How to
of
get there is a nice. This would be a good thing.
how to get there undetected, or
Well, my other thought was like ask how to get watches or like, because
I have a thing I could
the
give her.
talks.
So
What?
it's my poetry book. That actually means a lot.
How it? Someone should ask how good, like, for us, the necromancer would be.
I mean, we could always ask.
We can ask the library, or not the librarian.
Maribel.
Mortimer.
So I do want to clarify. She said it, and I want to kind of hang a lantern on it. You can find this information elsewhere. The easy road is going to her.
We could also ask Maribel,
Could ask Maribel.
because she will know how to get us up there. So it's not necessarily something we have to ask her right now. Watches might be interesting, but I think we could probably also ask Maribel as well.
Your book talks about flying to the moon and back.
If there's only one moon here?
In this one, yeah.
Okay. In your world, is there one moon?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 moons thing was just that one thing because the
Okay.
AI was like, I'm going to put in a
That's
second
okay,
moonlight
okay.
thing. And I was like, it's easier to add a moon.
2 moons.
It was bothering me, so I was just like, all right, there's 2 moons for this.
How believable is it to get to the moon, you know, in the story?
How believable!
In the story, it
Yeah.
talks about getting on a ship and sailing there. Not something that you think is quite possible.
Darn.
In your experience, I should say.
Okay. I might believe it a little bit.
Whatever floats your boat, man.
Going to the moon.
We're going to the moon.
Okay.
Right.
Well, It was nice meeting you.
You'll be back, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will. Do you have poetry books?
Several.
Oh, I'll probably come back for those.
Keep in mind, this is a library.
Oh, I
You have to
know.
return the books.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna ask how the return policy is. Like, how many days you have to read it?
As many as you like, but if you leave this place, give the book back.
Yeah, I know I would do that.
Can I make an insight check?
On what?
If she's
for
gonna keep the
it.
book.
Go for it, I guess.
Deception, I guess.
I gotta roll 2 things here. Okay.
16. Insight.
Plus 8 plus 8. 16?
What?
8 plus 8 is 16 too.
Yeah, 16, yeah.
She's gonna give it back.
Alright. I wanted to know
What
if
would
you
you
were
guys like
honest
to
or
do?
not.
Back to the tailor.
Or Mortimer,
Other way.
the old man.
Has Victor not come to
We don't
find
know
us yet?
if the old man is part of this dissenter group yet.
You know, it'd be interesting.
No,
I don't
but
know.
he seems to know a lot about me and my kind.
Yeah.
So I can go talk to him by myself.
If you'd like to.
Alright.
Good luck finding out more about your
At least
maker.
one of us can go with you.
Who wants to go with them?
Who wants to go with me? I'll go with you.
Oh man, I wanted to go.
Alright, so the rest of you are going where?
To the table.
I wanna go with
Taylor?
you.
Alright,
Aw.
let's figure out this tavern thing first.
Yeah.
So you walk in,
I just want you to
and
You 3 and just have
split.
a
Oh my
party.
god, we're splitting the party.
I mean,
Split the
depends,
party.
you know.
That side of the table and this side of the table.
Is that how this is
I
going?
just wanted to be here to witness the.
I'm going
What's
to
about
the
to go
tailor.
down?
The fucking train wreck
Wait,
that's about to
where do you want to go, Jonathan? Do you want to
So
go?
the,
Yeah.
I'm
you
going
three,
to the tailor.
Yeah.
Alright,
so
Taylor.
the 3 of you that go to the tavern,
Alright, I'm going to the tavern. Sorry.
So it's
It's us three?
Sentinel, Theo,
Oh.
and Prim.
you walk in and you
Yeah.
find 8 tables sitting there with candles at each of them, and a bar over to one side. At that bar, the bar is fairly short, and at that bar stands a. I believe he's a halfling. Let me double check. Yep, he's a halfling, and he stands there and looks at you as you come in.
I'm not there, but do you recognize
Hello
the
there.
outfit?
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Mortimer?
That's me. What can I do you for?
I've got some questions about a new arrival. I mean, we are new arrivals, but there was
Congratulations.
there was an interesting one that I heard about. Metal.
Talking about that Warforged down in the pits.
Yes. Can you tell me more about their kind?
What do you want to know?
Where did they come from?
Well, from what I remember, back when I was alive, this would probably be 3, maybe 4, could be 5. Oh, I don't know. A couple thousand years ago.
Okay.
Me first, please.
I lived in the south. This was long before.
It's gonna be a long drawn out story.
I'm trying to remember. You have to understand. I've been here a long time. I'm actually one of the first. That's
Oh,
why they called me
that's cool.
Old man.
Old Man Mortimer.
Seems
So are they like
self-creating.
created by other people, or is it
Oh
like?
yes, my people created them.
Oh,
Yo.
halflings.
Your people.
Yes, at the time, us and the gnomish people,
Oh,
we had a coalition,
uh-huh.
and we had a lot of technological advancement.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Fusion-powered metal men,
Mm.
different types,
Experimenting.
and different things of that nature, using Umanoran's, well, what I later learned to be Umanoran's power in different ways in order to make life more comfortable, but also to increase scientific advancement.
Oh, so they were like slave people. Well, not like slave people. They were servants. They were made
Well,
to help make your days better.
What you need to understand about them is that they had no minds beyond what they were, it was called programming
Yeah.
to do. Why are you so curious about it? Are they no longer common?
No.
I don't see them a lot anymore.
I think that's the first one I've ever seen.
They were very common when I was alive.
So they're not supposed to be able to like talk and like have sentience.
Well, they could respond to basic commands.
Oh.
You tell it, go over there, do that thing, it would go over there and do that thing.
Oh.
But if you give it anything more complicated than that, it would cause an error
Oh, yeah.
internally, and it would, we called it crashed. It would crash.
Oh, so you'd have to like repower it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes. I didn't use them or I didn't create them or anything. I was too poor at the time.
Oh. I'm
But
sorry.
they were around.
Oh.
They were a kind of a working class that didn't complain. They didn't. I mean, there was no emotion.
Yeah.
They just were.
Do you think they ever could? Like have emotion?
Not when I was alive.
Oh.
When I was, they were called Warforged because the first use of them was as an army.
Oh.
You send an army of Warforged against an army of barbarians or what have you, and our army, you know, there's no emotion, there's no casualties because they're simply machines.
Hmm.
And they have no emotion themselves, they have no reason for living, and so they simply do.
How interesting.
Yes. It was quite surprising when the one that's down there now fell from the pool above.
Yeah. It's gonna be there a while.
I think that Lady Morwen doesn't quite know what to do with it, same with the Necromancer. It's not like
Yeah.
it's alive to begin with,
Right.
and it seemed... I didn't interact with it.
Oh.
In your head, Prim, who else? You here too?
He is here. We split the party.
In your we split party.
Yeah.
In your
You
head,
still telepathically talk to him.
how do we figure out if he's a dissenter or not?
I think that's up to the other party to figure out.
Yeah, that's probably next to the party.
Oh
That
right.
sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Just the other party. So the other three of you that go back into the tailor shop. Yeah, so as you walk in, Mirabelle will look up, her other eye going, "Oop." Yes, what can I do for you?
Sorry for being a bit cryptic before, but
Yes?
we are actually living. This is we are not dead.
The rooster hose.
This is merely a disguise, and we are here to
Say it.
Say it.
So as you say
get
that,
rid of the remains.
her eyes will,
I'll say that part quietly.
neither of them have eyelids, so they'll just, but they will both, one of them was looking at the loop,
like
and the
bulge
other
out.
will both like, and her hands will like open, and the thread will kind of go through the loom. What did you say?
We are alive. This is merely a disguise, and we are here to,
She'll kind of stand up and back away fearfully.
Oh.
Kind of,
well, we were told by the librarian that we were part of a group known as the, she's a librarian.
Yeah.
the other one was, yeah.
you are part of a group called the Dissenters, and
Yes,
you
I
wish to fight back against Umanoran and the lady.
Well, not Umanoran. He's our god, the creator. But I believe that Lady Morwen, I told you this before, that Lady Morwen is corrupt somehow. How did you get here? Why did Emery let you live? I'm going to kill him again.
Emery seemed to,
Support our cause.
support our cause.
Well, make a persuasion check.
Alright.
Come on. Come on.
I think we might re-roll that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will spend sorcery point to re-roll.
Okay.
Seems important. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. 25.
We have 25. You're here to kill Umanoran? Is that what you said?
Or discover the remains. Whatever is causing the wild magic.
Yes, that is our main concern.
Not sure how I feel about this. Mortimer and I have often complained about Lady Morwen, and
She may indeed be the cause of this.
what are you going to try to do?
Find whatever is causing this wild magic that is damaging the world, and we'll find whatever the cause is and get rid of it, hopefully.
Alright. Well,
We don't wish to hurt any of you here.
make a persuasion check.
So did I get from that the old man is also one of the dissenters? I will telepathically tell the other three that.
Yeah.
Nat 20 for a total of 32.
Yeah, buddy!
Sounds good.
That's it.
If you're not here,
Not as good as you.
if you're not here to hurt us, fine. Well, only one way to get to Lady Morwen. Well, only one way to get to the top, I should say. You can get to Lady Morwen herself during congregation, which happens every few days. Did you end up going to talk to Mother Alicia like I recommended?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Then you should know every few days congregation happens, but if you were to do something there,
Not sure if it would be a good idea in a large gathering.
almost the entire city would be there to fight you. And while most of us do not like combat, perhaps, we were all created for something such as that. Well, were you to go up one level at a time, each one is different, you understand. So, you've been to the first 4 levels, correct?
Yes.
Did you end up seeing the necromancer like I recommended?
We have not.
Well,
Should we still, now that you know?
the
What, really
5th
are?
level of the city is called the Arena of Sir Thorn. He is the first guardian of Umanoran's Peak, which is what we call the top level.
What'd you call the 5th level?
The Arena of Sir Thorn. Thorne.
Okay. Thank you.
He is the first of the Guardians. There are 2 floors between there. The 6th floor is the Temple of Lord and Lady Zephyr, and the 7th floor is the House of Marla. You would, if you were to go through and get to Lady Marwyn, you would need to go through all of them.
And where does the Soul Stealer stay?
He stays on the 3rd floor. Were you to get rid of him, it would not directly help you.
But he would most certainly come up behind us. Right.
If people were aware that you were going up.
So he could potentially be avoided.
I would say it's possible. But he has... You haven't seen them because they're not normally out at this time. But he has a garrison of soldiers under his command to keep the peace. They call themselves constables, but they do more than keep the peace. I would say it might not be a bad idea to deal with him first, but you could risk it and try going up without him or any of his constables hearing of it.
That is something we could discuss once we meet up with the other 3 again.
It's up to you. What I will tell you is that to go from the 4th to the 5th level, you need a special key. And if you went to the 4th level, you saw the arch next to the pulpit. You did. You guys pointed out several times.
Yeah.
Behind that arch is a hallway. At the end of that hallway is the door that requires the key. It's arcane. I don't know that it can be picked. The one who has that key, besides Lady Morwen herself, as far as I know, the only person who has that key is the Necromancer. You would need to get it from her somehow. And
I assume
while
it would be
she-
fairly difficult, if not impossible, to dispel.
As far as I know, I've never tried to dispel it. But it's one of those where I simply don't know. The librarian might, but I shudder to think what she would require of you to get that piece of information. The Necromancer is sympathetic to us, but I wouldn't say that she is an outright dissenter. You will need to be careful to get the key,
Does she
if you
keep?
choose to go that route.
Does she keep the key with her?
I do not know. Whenever she is not actively raising someone, she stays in her manor on the 3rd level.
Question for DM: how much longer is my familiar invisible for?
It was what, an hour?
Yeah.
It's ending about now.
Okay. Well,
I would say that you have about 5
Right.
hours left on your invisibility.
unseeming or?
Sorry, seeming, yeah.
Well, I appreciate that information.
Of course.
What might we do to better blend in, I guess? To
Well,
obviously the watches, but or the clocks.
you need the clock. Otherwise, during the day you'll be able to get around mostly unmolested. The vast majority of the citizens here are out collecting light. Otherwise, I don't know. I would recommend simply stay out of sight.
And who has these clocks again?
The Necromancer is the one who typically the Necromancer puts them on you when you're raised up. But she's the only wizard powerful, or the only mage powerful enough to put them on us now. But you should have received one when you, well, if you were truly undead, you would have gotten one when you were resurrected. What would you like to do?
I think we, unless
Where is a place that we can stay during our time here? I guess.
Well, you can stay here if you stay in the back room. Otherwise, I think that you could stay on the first level with Emery. I'm sure he'd love the company.
Yeah.
I greatly appreciate the offer. Yeah. 'Cause
Above table, your pocket dimension, which Sentinel doesn't know about yet, the mansion, is that a different plane of existence?
I think it counts as a demi-plane. I'll check though.
Definitely.
So I'll tell you this right now, Ethan. There are no other planes of existence in this.
Oh, it's just a little.
It is.
It's mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's in the mayonnaise.
Pretty much.
Extra dimensional dwelling, so yeah. Whatever the equivalent of a demi-plane is.
Mayonnaise.
Go test that shit on Emery. If you leave, do you die?
Oh gosh.
Above table.
What would you like to
I
do?
wasn't putting.
At this
I wanna
point,
kill
we can
Emery.
also go back to Old Man Mortimer.
Yeah, you guys might say something else if you know he's a dissenter.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys would like to do on the Mortimer side of things?
If we got if they told us that Mortimer is a dissenter, then I'll just be like, all right, I'll level with you. I'm the Warforged. I'm the guy. We just don't look right.
Get the Warforged? What the fuck?
Mortimer would just be kind of like stunned for a moment. How do I know you are not lying?
I give him my hand because it's just an illusion. I go, touch
Wait,
my hand.
does that break the illusion permanently?
No, he
No,
he
but
can
he can
investigate
just
to see through
it.
it.
Yeah.
But like touching his metal hand, I mean, yeah, it's up to you
Yeah,
if that's
so
enough
he'll
proof.
feel
Yeah.
it.
But he can investigate to see through the illusion if he wants to.
That's strange. You're an earlier model. How can you think like this?
I woke up in the ground. My
What does your chronometer read?
Oh no.
You ready to look through your Discord messages?
I'm ready to fucking look. I wasn't prepared for that. My chronometer? What is that? Oh, it's an internal clock. I'm an idiot. But that's
How
fine.
much life you have
Discord
left, I'm
does
sure.
have a search function.
It's-
How low is it?
I don't know. Hold on. My computer is slow. It's molasses.
Oh no.
It's fine. We're getting there. Come on, man. Anybody else want to ask a question while my
Discord
computer
does
takes a
have
shit?
search option.
does it?
You can
search
just search
things
it.
inside the
Just search chronometer.
Chronometer?
Chronometer.
I don't remember if that's the word I used originally, but
You'll find out real quick.
probably type in years and get, or something like that, I don't know.
Your. Okay. Oh, damage from age and
You're looking into his
Yeah, I can't see
the
that.
brain of the machine.
15,254.
Whoa.
I wouldn't have guessed. Has it really been that long?
That's the thing inside me. It doesn't work anymore. But that's the last.
Are the rest of you Warforged as well?
Oh no, I'm just an
just-
elf
I
It's
didn't,
just
I didn't even know.
with a light boy.
Why are you telling me this?
Well, our friends are talking to the seamstress, and she is a dissenter. We want to destroy. Well, at least I do. I want to destroy Minoran
What?
for good. Everything you say is a lie.
I didn't even know I was with you.
Just wake up.
Oh god.
Who am I?
Get me the fuck out of here.
Who am I? All right.
I need to think on this.
All right.
Leave me be. I'll try and remember more about our people. But,
I really don't remember anything from back then. I really entirely.
Can you say our?
Yeah,
He did say our people.
They like created the Warforged.
Yeah, I am a creation.
So, yeah.
Yep.
For a second I thought that he was one too.
No.
No,
No, it's just
that would
his
be
people
awesome.
created it.
Yeah.
Well,
Let me
thank you.
think on this.
Thank you, Mr. Mortimer.
There you go.
We're gonna go talk to the seamstress now.
Yeah, and I think we'll kind of like. Is there anything else you want to ask the seamstress? If not,
I
we'll
think
end
we'll
it.
probably
I think
meet
that's
early. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys will meet back up in the town center, and we'll end it there.
Cool.
Call it good. I'm gonna move you guys' token in the middle. That way,
You said about 5 hours left on the.
See me.
I'd say about 4.5 at this point.
I am
Thank you for writing that down. That will be helpful for next time.
aged.
And yeah, so we'll
Okay.
call it there. So catch us in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. I guess.
And
for
brush
a
your
nice
teeth.
one, but yeah, don't forget to brush your teeth.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.